So I can't remember if you were on the other night when I was saying to Elfman, but I'm doing is all of the solo sessions,
Hmm.
and then I'm just going to provide the links to all of those sessions
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah, you
to
did say that.
everybody before session 2. So,
Hmm.
so it's a case of if you want to watch them, they're there.
Hmm.
All right, so open that link, mute it, the usual that we do,
Yep.
and have your character sheet open. Do you have the link to that?
Is it the same as the original one that we used to use?
It's not the original one, so it's a new sheet. I linked it to you during session 0, so whether you
Oh
bookmarked it
no,
or not.
I think I did. Let me see. Is that Dustwalker Kane? Yes,
Yep,
got it.
that's what you want. Okie dokie. So once you get that open, that open, that open, cool. All right. Thank you for coming to this. This is Fallout Campaign 3, Throne of the Warlord, for the character Dustwalker Kane. So the way that I am running these is that we are going through a series of memory points in your past that
Hmm.
lead up to you joining the current raider group at the start of the campaign. And uh, what we're going to do is it's being just one on one. You are the star of this one, so it's a case of you just cut in at any time you want.
Yep.
Some things go really, really fast because you are the only one having to make the decisions instead of having to wait for the consensus of the group.
Hmm.
But feel free to do whatever stupid shit you feel like. Because it's you, I will still guide us back and we will end up where we need to be at the end.
One thing Elf and I were asking each other the other
Hmm.
night, I don't know whether he mentioned it to you, is there any chance that we could die on these like sessions?
Uh, yes. So,
Got it.
it would require a particularly poor turn of events or you doing something just incredibly stupid. Um, it would be multiple "Are you sure?" moments, one after the other, that
Yeah.
that
Okay.
you don't pick up on. But yes, I am perfectly happy with killing you if you decide to do something stupid with warning. Um, that's fine. If that's the case, we'll roll a new character.
Yeah.
Uh, and we'll do this all again at some point. See
Dustwalker
now,
Kane Jr.
uh, in saying that, I'm now really, really keen on just killing Elfman's character just because I can. Um, I didn't really think too much about it. I went, yeah, look, absolutely, they can die. They can die at any point during this Raider campaign. In fact, if we make it to a conclusion, I'll be amazed rather than just a TPK.
Yep.
Um, uh, the other thing is that your character at this point has no tag skills
Hmm.
and no perks. So we
Okay.
will be earning your tag skills throughout playing today, and then you may earn a few perks as well that you will learn just to get you started.
Hmm.
So we begin our story in the year 2276 at a memory of you as a teenager of 16 years old. You have just been handed the cooler uh, at the door to a facility that has been shut behind you. In the cooler is fresh organs that have been harvested that you need to deliver to a client on the other side of the city. You have run this path a few times through the ruins of Portland. Uh,
One question first.
yep.
Do I still have my arm, or have
Currently,
I? Okay, so I haven't lost my arm yet.
You
Okay,
have
cool.
not lost your arm yet.
Okay.
So, yes, you do have your arm. So you've run this path a few times. You know that the group, the Flensers, that you have been raised in and are part of, they are like a big family to you. Uh, Operate these small hidden facilities all over the ruins of Portland, where they supply organs and body parts to those who need it. Um, the buyer for this particular delivery is at a small market area called the Heap, that's in on the eastern side of the Willamette River, um, not quite in the main part of the city. It's considered a small town, but it's essentially just a set of tents where different groups come together to sell their wares.
Hmm.
You know that you've got a short period of time to get this delivered. Clock is started, 30 minutes to get through the ruins of Portland and get this dropped off. If you take too long, you jeopardize the health of the organ. You've memorized the route as best you can, so time to get to work. What do you do?
Okay, do I have a map or
You've memorized the
okay,
route.
so I know
You
where
don't
I'm going.
have, yeah. You know approximately where you've got to go. You know that there's a lot of particularly badly ruined areas between you and the heap,
Hmm.
um, that could get in the way. There is one of the detonation sites nearby from the Great War that will cause issues. That's causing you to have to basically go in a big U shape around it so that you don't horribly irradiate yourself.
All the organs.
Sorry,
All the organs.
all the organs exactly. You've just got essentially an esky with dry ice in it.
Okay.
That's keeping this
All
in
right.
a stable state.
Do I have anything around me, or like a pipe or something I can pick up just to have a bit of protection?
It's a case of you could pick up a rock or a brick if you are looking for something to protect yourself with, absolutely. So you can add that
Hmm.
to one of your weapon slots.
Head rocks. Okay, so we got fist as the main one.
Yep. So it's not in alphabetical order. If you just click on the drop down and then type, it'll search for it.
Let's go brick. That's good. Okay.
All right. So to get us started off, you start heading west
Hmm.
through some of the ruins. Can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll, please? So
Oh,
on these sheets, on your left-hand side, just underneath your stats, is your D20s and your D6s.
yep.
Uh, your D20s are set to 2. So if you click
Hmm.
on roll, that'll show in the results tab to the right what your results are. So 3 and a 1.
Oh, it's very hard to see.
If the second roll button is over the top of it, just refresh the page. Sometimes it shifts the position of the roll buttons.
Oh, yep. Yep. There we go.
That
Yep.
should then show properly. Cool.
Yep. 3 and 1.
Yep. Excellent. So you uh, know this section extremely well. You spent a lot of time around here. You duck your way through some of the ruined buildings, going up and over where you need to. Um, Keeping in mind the time and the speed that you've got to go, you start moving up to a quite a fast pace moving through here. There's not really any straight roads or anything. It's all about remembering, okay, this path goes up and over this bit of collapsed ceiling or floor. If I go from this building to this building, I'll be raised above the waterlogged part of the street. Um, uh,
And I'm guessing I'm making quite a bit of noise while I'm doing this.
yes, you're really rushing
Hmm.
more than anything. It's about speed.
Yep.
You're not creeping along stealthily to get this through. You come up to a section that you're trying to remember. You're on the third story of an apartment building that's just gutted. It's essentially just concrete floors and not much else. All the sides, the windows have been blown out uh, long ago, and there's not much here. You know that there's a section you've got to get to be able to cross from this building to another to move quickly. You're just trying to remember. So if you can give me an intelligence plus outdoorsman roll. So that will,
Endorsement 0, so 7.
yeah,
Yep. This running script, but no. Oh, there we go.
yeah. Sometimes it might
5 and
lag
7.
for a second. Yeah. Okay.
One
One success.
success.
Beautiful. So you remember. Okay, from this point, you've got to quickly go up. There's a set of stairs just around in the back corner. And then you get out to one side where there's this makeshift path where people have put down planks and bits of sheet metal and things like that, turned it into a rudimentary bridge across from the fourth floor, connecting these two buildings. Um, and you're just about to step out and the hairs on the back of your neck sort of prick up for a second. Can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll, please?
Okay, so as soon as I do feel that, I'll duck down. One
Hmm.
success.
So one success. So you freak for just a second because you haven't heard anything apart from the normal chitters and creaks and bangs that you hear throughout the ruins as bits fall over and collapse. But you hear this one small note that is more animal like, and it's enough to make you freeze. You duck down, and as you peek out through the side of the wall that's left. Down below, you were expecting mirelurks and things in this waterlogged part of the city. Um, but you just stuck your head out and you just see a queen mirelurk has just dropped herself down into this deep section, this deep pond. So,
Can we pause for 2
mhm,
seconds?
absolutely.
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, Phoebe was crying. Okay, my
That's so
luck.
good. So this queen mirelurk just dipping herself down into this pool, and so you can just see the top of her shell sticking out. It's she's probably about 50 meters down the road.
Okay, and has she spotted me?
She has not spotted you. So it looks
Okay.
like she was roaming a little bit. She's shifted her position and then dropped herself back down. So the queens like to keep themselves completely submerged in water at
Hmm.
pretty much all times. And they like the muddy, silty water that they find in some of these ruined areas that have been inundated in the last rains.
Yep.
So you've got this platform ahead of you, this makeshift bridge that you know you need to get across.
How sturdy is it?
It
Like if I've gone across it before.
You've gone across it before. It's probably secured by a couple of small brackets on each end, which is just to stop it from slipping and falling into the road, but it's not really secured down.
Okay. And do I know much about these Mirelurks on if they're like how they sense their prey and
Hmm. Look, you have lived here for a long time. So you've grown up in this area. You would have encountered them. When it comes to specific knowledge about them, let's give it an intelligence roll just to see.
no?
Uh,
Two fails.
two fails. Okay, so with that, um, you know the basics. You know that they ambush people as much as possible. They try to stay hidden. So you've got one up on it in the
'Cause
first
I know
place.
where it is.
You know where it is. You've seen it, and it hasn't seen you. So you're doing better than most people that come across it. You do know that the queens have this acidic spit that can go a long distance. You're not worried about the rest of the Mirelurks that you've seen down in the lower areas because they don't have anything ranged that they can really hit you with.
Hmm.
What would you like to do? Clock's ticking.
All right, let's just go for it.
Just.
Not we're not gonna run.
Mhm.
Just
Make
like
sure your footing's good, but keep a good pace.
yeah, keep a good pace across there.
Mhm.
Like 1 foot down before I move the next.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So you take your first couple of tentative steps out uh, onto the bridge, and it seems firm enough. Um, the Mirelurks scuttering about in the road below you, a couple have spotted you, and
Hmm.
they're looking up and they're starting to make these clicking, chittering noises by rubbing all of their parts together. You
Has the queen popped up yet?
Not yet. So this is
All right,
just a couple of seconds.
increase my pace a little bit
Hmm.
when I hear that.
Yep. As soon as you hear that, so you increase your pace, you move out. You're two-thirds of the way across this bridge. Can you give me a luck roll, please?
Critical fail and it fail.
So you get to
And
two-thirds of the way.
the bridge falls out underneath you.
So it slips as you increase your speed. You've created that vibration on it, and it just slips out, and you fall. You are at a running pace, falling towards the building on the other side. Can you please give me an agility plus athletics roll as you
Two failures.
reach out for the building on the other side? You hit the side, you kind of wind yourself, and then slip down. You fall down to the next level, and you've made a hell of a ruckus. You've managed to land inside, but you're now down at like the second story. You've hit the third story, kind of flicked yourself around. You've still got hold of the cooler because if you can't deliver this, you're essentially dead anyway.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
the Flensers take great pride in the work that they do. You know that this is not something that you can drop at any point. So you're lying on your back, twisted around in this rubble. on the second floor of this other building, and you can hear the sounds out from the street behind you of these Mirelurks really starting to chitter and scutter around. And you can hear the bellowing of the Mirelurk Queen and the rush of water falling off her large mass as she gets up out of her pond and starts heading towards you. She can't see you from this angle at this point yet, but you can hear her. She's not being quiet about it.
Alright, so if I'm on the second level,
Mhm.
can I see a way that I can go now?
You can keep heading west through this building. You're
Okay.
now in a different spot to what you know. It's essentially the path that you normally take is going up a couple of levels, going across this bridge, coming back down again via a ramp at the back of the building.
Hmm.
Um, that ramp is not connected to the second level, so you now have to improvise a bit to see
Okay.
how to
Um,
move.
Alright, I'll keep going into the building if I can.
So just
And
try to get
just
deeper in.
yeah, just try to get deeper and being that I can hear the queen coming.
hmm So the queen is lumbering forwards a bit.
I'm
Uh,
so gonna die.
you start to feel the shaking as well as she gets closer.
How
It's
big is the queen?
about 5 stories tall. Um,
Okay, fuck.
think Fallout 4, the one that attacks the castle.
Yeah, okay.
This is what you're dealing with at this point.
Okay. Um,
So
let
you're
let's leg it.
Yep, you're
Fucking
scrabbling, you're
run.
legging it. Yep. So you moving through. There's the main support pillars holding up a lot of the levels. A lot of walls and debris in your way, but it's a lot of it is scrappy. There's not much to it. With a lot of it having been blown or burned away. Um,
Um, can I just find somewhere to quickly stop
hmm
and can I open the chest, the cooler?
Yep.
Is there any blood that has like dripped down to the bottom?
So the way that these are packed in. So they are supported in a bag of biomed gel,
Okay.
which is then uh, in, inside bricks of dry ice inside the cooler to keep it at a good temperature. You crack open the top just a little bit because you don't want too much temperature change on it.
Hmm.
You glance inside. The organ seems fine. It's floating in
Okay.
its blue gel.
Okay. Cool.
So
All right.
from what you can see, it's fairly cushioned from any kind of impacts or anything. Plus, you've got the insulation of the cooler.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We'll keep moving.
Yep, keep going. Um, a second after you've checked that, you glance back and you see the shadow from where you were as this lumbering giant has moved across and it starts to drop itself down. It's looking for something in the building. Um, at
Can
that
I
point,
hide?
yep, you see up ahead of you there is the concrete wall that has remained intact on the full side, the west side of the building. You see a small little concrete balustrade that would be where a set of stairs goes down. If you duck in to the top of those stairs, you can duck down behind that balustrade. Can you give me an agility plus athletics roll? Just to see how fast you can get to that point.
Two successes.
2 successes. You are absolutely flying to get out of here. You are freaking. This is the closest you've had to come to one of these things. Normally, they stay a distance away from areas that you're in. You haven't worked in an area that's had one this close. The As you sprint, you duck down, you hold your breath for a second, and you can hear the chittering of the mirelurks nearby. And it seems like some of those sounds are coming from the building below you. And
Right.
the Queen Mirelurk has started to spit and spray into the building where it thinks you might be. So you hear the splashes on the level above of this spray coming from her, and then the sizzling sound as it's burning through some of the concrete.
I was going to say if that's burning through and I'm below it, let's just keep moving, but try to stay under cover as much as possible.
Yep. So you are you heading down the stairs, or are you wanting to come back up to the second level?
No, I want to go up back if I can work my way back up to the third level because
Okay, trying to
I
find.
don't know the other way yet.
Okay. So you start running uh, back along the second level. You're looking for a set of stairs up.
hmm Yep,
Um, can you please give me a luck roll?
one success.
One success. You glance and you see this ruined piece of floor that has come down, has collapsed from the third floor into the second, that you can clamber up to try to get back up to the third floor. You
Yep.
look out as you come up this ramp. You look out to the west, and you can see that the makeshift frame for this ramp going from the fourth story down, it's scaffolding. Essentially, somebody's built a lot of this out of. Um, is just close enough for you to potentially be able to jump to from this level.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
Let's try to jump.
mhm. So you take a run up. The Queen Mirelurk has spotted behind you and has started spitting and spraying, trying to get into the level that you're on.
hmm
Can you please give me an agility plus athletics roll?
Agility is 6, 2 failures.
Two failures. Okay. So you launch yourself out at the scaffolding. It's only about a meter and a bit. You've managed to grab on to stop yourself from falling. The cooler comes out of your hands and clatters down into the rubble below. You're hanging by one arm, watching this fall.
And how high am I up?
So you're currently at third story height. So you're a decent
Okay,
way
and
up.
it's down on level 1
It's down on
or
ground level,
ground
so outside of the
ground.
building. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, that may have not have survived, but we'll see. Um.
So you
All
can.
right, let's try to grab on
Mhm.
and then slide my way down.
Yep. So you pull yourself up to the plyboard ramp and then start running down to get to the cooler.
hmm
Um, the sprays through this building of this acid is getting worse, and it's starting to really, it's like a shotgun blast over the entire area, as this queen is getting more and more frustrated at not being able to get you. Can you please give me an a perception roll as you're running down this ramp.
Two successes.
Two successes. So she gets a well-aimed spit through the building, and it manages to sail just past you. You turn and spot it, duck yourself down just at the last second as this goes flying over your head. Would have been bad if it hit you. You
That's
make
very
it
lucky.
to the bottom of the ramp. You turn to where the cooler would have landed. Um, you go running over the rubble. Can you please give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll?
Fuck, two fails.
Two fails. You're scrabbling through. It takes you almost 30 seconds to find this cooler. It's landed at an odd angle, so only the white top was showing, not the colourful part. It takes you far too long, and you just pick up the cooler again, and from uh, north of you, you spot this group of the normal Maya lurks have found their way around to you, and they are running at you, full pelt with their heads down, shells up. You need to get out of here.
Yep, let's fucking leg it,
So,
grab it, and run. And just before I start to run, can I throw that brick?
yep.
That
So,
just as like a distraction type throw, not actually a targeting them.
okay. So you throw the brick. Can you give me an attack roll for the brick?
Um, so there's still two d6s, isn't it?
It's two d20s, and you're
Two
going
d20s, sorry.
against the target number, the TN, that's underneath the brick.
Yeah, the brick was there. Now it's gone. Let me
Oh, okay.
try it again. Okay,
There we
target
go.
number
So your
6.
target
Yep.
number 6, yeah. So because it uses the throwing skill,
Yep. Two files.
two fails. Okay, so you peg the brick, and you try to peg it at the wall next to where the group of Mirelurks are,
Hmm?
to try to create that distraction that they might turn towards it for just a second. You instead hit one of the Mirelurks square on. Uh, and this brick just disintegrates against the shell of the Mirelurk. And they just keep scuttling along towards you. You start to leg it out into the ruins. From this point, it's a bit more clear going. It's just getting across that essentially a small river that runs through that area.
Yep.
Um, you head out clambering over and trying to distract them as much as possible and just try to use your speed to get ahead of them. Can you please give me a perception roll?
One success.
One success. So you spot a particular section where it drops away. It's like there was like roadworks or something being done to dig up the road at this point, and you think that might give you enough leeway if you can jump across it. So you
Hmm.
start heading towards this. You launch yourself and land on the other side. Get back up, keep running, and behind you, the ditch area is deep enough to stop the Mirelurks from following you directly. So a couple scuttle into that spot and fall, and then the rest of them pull up and start heading up the roads in the other way. But you've slowed them down quite a bit
Okay.
from getting to you here. You keep running for another 10 minutes. You've lost any trace of these ambush predators from following you. They will, you know, that they will give up once they get too far away from their nests. Um, and you start to slow down for a second just to breathe, and you're conscious of the fact that that clock is ticking the whole time. You take a look at your watch and you're like, okay, I've got 12 minutes left. Let's go. You do you want to try to push yourself here, or do you want to keep a more medium pace and try to keep yourself a bit more level? How would you like to head through the rest of these ruins?
How far away am I still?
You estimate at this point you're probably still another kilometer or so. The ruins aren't quite so dense in this section. So it's a bit clearer. It would be reasonable that you should be able to make it within about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, all right. I'll just do a medium just to keep my eyes open.
hmm So being aware of what's
What's around me and
going
yeah,
on
but
around you.
still moving at a good pace.
Yep. So you keep yourself just to a good steady jog to try to get through this last section.
Hmm.
Uh, as you're coming around the corner, you've got about 100 meter stretch before you reach the heap. You can see the fence line of it in the distance, um, and a shot rings out at you, hits the road just near your feet. As you're jogging, you whip your head around. And can you give me a perception roll, please? Perception and outdoorsman.
Is it coming from like the area where I'm heading, or
It's coming from uh, just north of you. You're heading northwest up this main road that will reach the heap. So it seems
three
closer.
successes?
3 successes. So easy. So you spot exactly where there is this disheveled looking raider up in the second story of this house, and you can see exactly where his line of sight is. There's a concrete base for these like wrought iron fences that have been bent and warped, um, going across this area uh, that you could potentially try to get under, um, or you can look for another way around.
Mm, yeah, I'll stick with that.
hmm All right. So can you please give me an agility roll? You have to bring yourself down pretty low to keep yourself uh, below the concrete barriers.
One success.
1 success. Easy. Um, you've you know that this particular raider cannot see much more than like a 30-degree angle from his position. You make it past the last section where there's more cover. There's some trees and bits of buildings that will provide you cover from that point, and you get back up to a good fast jog. Um, you're lucky that he didn't hit you on the first shot. Uh, so he wasn't a particularly good shot compared to the Flensers that are uh, essentially a small paramilitary group
Hmm.
that you're used to. When you shoot, you generally don't miss unless you're choosing to. So a lot of your group looks down on the rest of the raider groups in the Portland area just due to their lack of discipline, their lack of skill, and an application to what they're doing. You jog for that last 100 meters. You make it to the heap. You get to the front of the area where these two burly guards are standing. Um, Big black outfits. So their armor is sections of vaguely similar leather armor, but uh, mainly covered in this black paint. Um, what would you like to do?
Yeah, what's up, boys? Got a delivery, fresh something in the box.
So you,
I
as you
haven't
say
looked.
that, there's one of the guards. Are you proceeding in as you're talking, or are you just stopped and talked to them?
No, no, just look at him, just going, "Hey, boys,
Yep.
just getting a fresh delivery here. You know, all good, all good to go through."
One of them goes, "You got to pay the toll. You know that."
Never had to pay before.
Well, now Billy here says that you should. So how about you do?
What's the toll?
2 caps. Uh,
Ah,
even you carry. You've got about 10 caps on you
oh, I
at the
was gonna
moment.
say
So
I've got 0 caps in my wallet.
so
Yeah,
you've
gonna
got
say,
about 10 caps on
can I,
you,
can I
like.
trade an arm? All right, 10 caps. All right, fine. Here's your
Just
2 caps, and I
chuck in the
just push
caps.
straight past them at that point.
And
I chuck them on the floor at him, that he has to pick them up. Um,
just complete disrespect the whole way.
yeah, yeah, like, oh, fuck's sake, I'm delivering this fresh meat bag for you.
And Billy's just like, "That's right." And he bends down and he's just ignoring you now. He's picking up the caps. He doesn't give two shits. His mate has stepped back, making enough space so that you can get through. So you make your way into the heap, uh, which has market stalls and small buildings around the outside, but it's just these multiple layers of fences with barbed wire. There's guards everywhere. There's people everywhere. Uh, you know that your buyer should be at Doc Blisters, which is in one of the few small buildings at the back. Um,
Okay.
you've just got to orient yourself. You've only actually been to the heap once before, and it was quite a number of years ago. You know the paths through these areas, but you don't generally come in here. Um, it's fairly uncommon for you. Can you please give me an intelligence roll first off to see if you can remember the exact building that you've got to go to?
One success.
One success. You're looking at it. You're like, okay, I'm pretty sure that second one from the back corner. Um, you push your way through the crowd. You get to the buildings at the back, and you see this cardboard sign on the inside that's just got handwritten in Nico. That's Doc Blisters. That's just pushed up against the inside of the window. Are you heading inside?
Yeah, head,
Yep.
head inside because I know I'm short on time.
Yep. So you step inside Doc Blisters, and straight away you see the client is standing there, and he's looking stressed, and he immediately, seeing you with the cooler in your hand, you're in the basic light uniform that a lot of the Flensers wear. He recognizes you straight away, and he just immediate disdain on his face, and he says, "You're late." By your watch,
Uh,
you've still got 2 minutes.
yeah, okay. Well, actually, I'm on time, and you're lucky I almost got here because there's Queen Mila almost got me.
And he just goes, "You're giving me excuses on this?
No, I've
We
got 2 minutes on my clock. I'm fine.
And by mine, you're late. He goes, give me the cooler.
Where's my money?
I thought that you Flensers were better than this. And he hands over a leather satchel. And he says, that's 750 caps as agreed, minus the
Hmm.
late fee. And he reaches in and he sheds out a handful of the caps and then hands the satchel to you. The cooler,
Hmm.
please.
um, I know how I want to do this, but I also want to survive. Um,
You just outrun a Queen Maya, like, you're fine. You're all good.
yeah, yeah, correct. That's exactly right. And mm, just trying. Within the flannels? What what am I? What's my like?
So
I'm just a runner. I'm not
you
a.
are essentially a runner. So the way that it normally works is that children run basic supplies
Yep.
in the Flensers. Once you get to your teenage years, you start getting your more important jobs of running the actual organs and body parts.
What age
Um,
am I at the moment?
so you're 16 at the moment. Once you get closer to 18, 19, you then actually start going out in the groups collecting organ donors
Yeah. Okay.
and that type of thing. It's a regimented system where it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You get treated exactly the same.
Yep.
It's all about you do your work for the group, and because of that, everybody is well looked after. You've got safe places to sleep. You've always got food. You've always got water.
Yep. All right. I'll put the bag with the money. I'll hold it in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the cooler back, pull it back a little bit, and go. I am on time. You know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Full payment, please.
Uh, all right. Can you please give me a charisma plus speech roll as you try to assert yourself? This will be a contested check against him.
This is I got a one. Two successes.
All right. He got one success, so he just reaches back into his pocket, takes the extra caps that he'd scoured out, hands them over, and he goes, "Fine." He said, "Mr. Abel will be hearing about this. Your name, young man?"
Dustwalker Kane. Remember that name.
Dustwalker. Yes. Um, I will be providing feedback to your superiors.
No problem whatsoever.
And he takes the cooler and he heads into the next room. As the door opens, you can see that it's a makeshift surgery, and you can see the construction of a large auto dock that a doctor is getting himself prepared next to.
Hmm.
Um, and then the door slams closed behind you. So you have been given the full payment of 750 caps.
Yep.
You need to return that to your bunker. You head back, happy that you've done a job well today. You've
Now, is
survived.
any of that my amounts?
No,
Okay.
this is a case of the Flensers will supply you with. Um, it's essentially the kids and the teenagers get pocket money,
Gotcha.
pretty much, and they get the same amount each week regardless. Um,
Yep.
so you do this job because you are part of the Flensers, and that's what you are here to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Cool.
the thought
Um,
doesn't even cross your mind of taking the money. It is
no,
that
no,
well ingrained.
wasn't sure whether like I could use some of that money to buy something on the way home or anything like that.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. All right, cool. All right, well, I'll start heading back.
Hmm.
Just wary of where I know
Yep.
that guy was spotted, and see if I can sneak past.
Yep. So the way that you've now got to head home is actually continuing north from here.
Oh, okay.
So you you head back home to the bunker for the rest of the afternoon as the sun starts to set. You have a clear run. You arrive back at the bunker entrance,
Hmm.
which is you go down this really wide set of stairs. And so this was actually built in underneath a um, hospital that was destroyed. There's this really wide set of stairs with a wide ramp leading down, so it was big enough for them to be able to get vehicles and things into.
Hmm.
You arrive at the front doors, and there's four guards standing outside, and one of them just nods to you, and he goes, "How'd you go, Kane?" He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, almost got eaten by Queen Myla, but other than that, all good. He reckons I was late, but I was there 2 minutes to spare. So
Very well done. He goes, "Good man, Kane." He goes, "All right, well, get inside. Abel will want to hear how you went." And he opens up the smaller bunker door on the side for you, um, and gestures for you to come in.
hmm, yep,
Uh,
I head inside.
so you go inside, and it starts to lead down. You've got stairs leading down for what feels like quite a long way. It's one of these spiral staircases. Um, you're going down six flights of these stairs, so you're going quite deep into
Hmm.
the ground here.
Yep.
You come out into the main foyer area of the bunker. Off to your left is the main barracks area, which is where you and everybody else sleeps. It's a proper grunts setup. There's triple bunks set up in that room. Off to the right, you've got the mess hall. Further down, you've got the offices and some of the surgery rooms. You know that Abel will be in his office today. Um,
Hmm.
so he is the
I'll head
leader of
towards
the
the office.
Flizzers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you quick smart. You've got your satchel of caps. You
Yeah.
head straight into the office. Do you knock before you come in, or do you just walk
Oh, of
straight in?
course. No,
Yep.
no, you gotta knock with the boss.
So you knock, and Abel looks up from his desk, and it's the smallest smile comes out the side of his mouth, and then he just goes, "Boy, how's the delivery?"
Yeah, good boss. Almost got eaten by a queen. Uh, but and
Really
got shot at by some little raider shit. But got
and he,
there on time.
good,
And yeah, he reckons I was late and was gonna hold back the caps, but I was 2 minutes early, so I made him give me the full amount.
excellent. And he says, "Boy, look, your that's your 15th delivery mission now you've run. He says this is the first time a client has complained. They had already sent me through that you were late and being quite abrasive with him. Um,
I would say
you've
firm more than abrasive. Definitely firm. Because I had completed my work and almost got killed twice. So,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely stood my ground.
That's good. That's what we pride ourselves on. We do things correctly and we do not let people muck us about. Um, and as he's talking to you, he starts counting out the caps on his desk, making sure that they're all there. And he says that won't be long. You'll be running your own group. You won't have to worry about this menial work anymore. But continue your training. Continue your jobs. I'm proud of what you've done here today. Thank you,
Thanks, boss. Looking forward to it.
as you were.
As I
As
walk out, I'll turn back to him and go, "Any grog available?"
and he just smiles and he just goes, "Go and see Auntie in the mess. She'll look after you.
Okay.
Go easy on it, please." And we fade out on that memory. Uh, we now at this point fast forward 3 years. So this is 2279. You are now 19 years old. The Flensers are working on bolstering the number of organ hosts that they have in the slave pens. Um, so you are currently a long way east of the city. You go out normally with a vehicle or two. You will take large transport trucks,
Hmm.
um, round up the local tribals in an area, and they become your willing organ donors for the rest of the city. So you've got a group of 12 subjugators currently with you. This is the first time that you are leading a subjugation team against these local tribals. You've also been issued a field kit containing stim packs and some miscellaneous chems. We won't add them to your inventory at this point. It'll
Okay.
just be used for RP in this scene.
Hmm.
Um, Callum comes back from his perch where he was just moved forward a little further up the hill, and he's out of breath as he's run back to you. And he's gone, I spot at least 20 tribals. They're just about done packing up their camp. They're preparing to move. Perfect time to hit them. How do you want to approach, sir?
All right. How many we got in the group?
So you've got 12. Your group is much more heavily armed at
Hmm.
this point. So to your inventory, and I wrote this down somewhere and then forgot which weapon was it that I was giving you. So you can have a combat rifle auto for this scene.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. Um,
All right. All right. Let's just go hard and fast in,
mhm,
surround them, and get them to kneel down.
mhm. So you're up at the top of the hill, looking down over this valley where these tribals are set up.
Do we
Um,
have a sniper in the group?
I would say you would have a couple
Okay.
in this
Um,
group.
I'm gonna get two of the snipers
Mm-hmm.
to hang back, and if they see anyone getting out of range,
Yep.
to do some like shots, warning shots in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
to stop them from moving.
Yep. Good. Because you're not trying to kill these people. You are trying
No,
to take them
no,
alive.
yeah,
So you
we
do
need
have
them.
to
We
be
need their organs.
surgical about it. Yep. All right. So you leave two guys up on the hill.
Yep.
You take a group of five, and Callum takes a group of five, and you start moving around both sets of hills, so that you can then come down and surround them.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, it's just hitting sunset, so it's quite easy for you to move over the hills here. It's quite heavily forested on both sides of the valley, and then it's just grassland in the bottom. Um, so quite easy for you to get yourselves into position. Uh, just a moment before you arrive at the point that you want to wait on the tree line, Callum just comes through on your radio with just two clicks, meaning he's in position.
Hmm. And are we ready to strike?
You are ready when you want to go. You can check your chems, um, gesture to the rest of the guys in your group to get their packs out.
Hmm.
You unfold your chems. You've got medics. You've got buff out.
Now, what do they do again? Sorry.
So they just basically increase your strength, your endurance, and then medics increases your damage resistance, so you don't feel if you get hurt by
All right.
things.
Let's hit both of those at the same time.
Just pop pop both of them.
Pop pop. Yep.
Um, all right. So with that, you earn a perk, which is called double dosage. So that should show up in your.
Practical perf, I'm guessing.
It's a combat perk, this one.
Oh, okay.
So it allows you to take two chems at the same time as a single minor action
Nice.
in combat. Um, so you can pop as much shit as you want. Um, sorry, I forgot to give you one. I always jump the gun after the first scene. I don't pause. So you can also add to your practical perks the Ruin Runner perk. So you have a good memory of ground level in the city. Once you take a look at a map, you can remember it
Nice.
a lot of the time. So you've worked really hard as a runner through your teenage years and focused on knowing where to go, where the best reroutes are, and you can do a lot of that off the top of your head.
Yep.
So they are the two that you've learned so far. From the previous scene, you've also earned your outdoorsman tag skill.
Nice.
So you've taken your chems. Your whole group is getting pretty buzzed up, and they're getting ready to roll. Callum sends through two clicks on his radio to you.
Yep. I send two clicks back.
Two clicks back, and both of your squads move at the same time, one from each side of the camp.
Yep.
You both come out of the tree line. Are you firing at anybody, or how are you approaching this as a group?
Have they spotted us yet?
Uh, so if you haven't fired yet, nobody has been spotted in the first few seconds as you come out of the tree line.
I'll keep moving
Hmm.
and I will fire at the ground in front of them
Hmm.
if they start to spot, and I'll also yell at the same time as freeze, motherfucker.
Yep. So as soon as you're seen by one of the scouts of this group that's on the outside of the group of tribals, um, you fire your shots, you yell, and then it all starts to kick off. All of your guys start to spread out, and they begin doing the same, firing warning shots across as they're running at this group of tribals.
Hmm.
Um, it turns into a bit of a fray pretty quickly as these tribals don't know where to go. They've been surrounded. Um, a lot of them are standing back with their spears back to back with each other, and you're quickly closing them in to a group in the middle. A lot of them are terrified, have no idea how to deal with you.
And I'm yelling, drop the spears, drop them.
And finally, one of them that's wearing this large headdress, all this jewelry made out of bits of scrap metal and things like that, finally puts his hands out, both hands way out in front of him, palms down, and he starts turning to the rest of his group and he says, "Stop." And the entire group of tribals simultaneously, as soon as they hear an uttering from him,
They go hammer time.
drop all of their weapons and everything. The leader is looking around trying to figure out which one of you is leading this group.
Okay.
Um,
Seeing that he did that, I'm
mhm,
going to walk up to him.
mhm.
Is he still standing?
He's still standing. The rest of his tribals have now gone down to a kneel.
Yep.
They are submitting.
I'm going to use a combat rifle
Hmm.
and I'm going to like trip him on his leg
Hmm.
and tell him to get down.
As you trip him, he falls and he lands with his back looking up at you, almost like the wind's been knocked out of him, and he throws his hands up into the air, and you are pushed back by this unseen force, this buffeting force, throws you back. You still land on your feet, but you land back at the line of the rest of your men that have created the circle around. And the elder
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
just lying there on the ground. He's not moving, he's not resisting.
I'm gonna walk back up to him, put my foot on his chest,
Hmm.
put my rifle up to his hand that's in the air,
Yep.
and pull the trigger and fire a round through his hand.
And he screams and clutches himself back down as blood starts pumping and pouring out. And he's going into an almost shock, um, and starts shaking on the ground. None of the other tribals have even looked up at you. At this point, they haven't moved. They haven't reacted to anything. They are trying to look dead at the ground
Yep. All
in
right,
their
and then
kneeling positions.
I'll call medic.
And Callum pulls one of the packs off his back, and he comes over to you and he says, "Kane, what would you like me to do?"
wrap his hand up,
Hmm.
knocked, and then get them all down on the ground,
Yep.
and hands out in front of them.
Hmm. So he starts wrapping the elder's hand, starts bandaging it. He's like, "Yep, on it." As he's doing that, he makes the gestures to the rest of the men, and they start pushing the tribals down on the ground with their arms out.
Do
They
we
start,
have stuff to like tie them up?
yeah. So they're just getting zip ties. They're zip tying their feet together,
Yep.
um, and
Well, it'd be more their hands, wouldn't it? Because we need to
yep,
lead them back.
yep. So Callum goes their hands as well. Yep,
Yep.
and everybody just gets to work, um, zip tying all of these people, so that they can't move. The elder is recovering somewhat. He's had his hand bandaged,
Hmm.
um, and he's just looking at you, staring at you the entire time, lying on his back. But he hasn't said anything further. What do you want to do with him?
Okay, can we get some duct tape?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tape his mouth shut.
Mm-hmm. Easy. So you can take that out of your own kit.
Yeah.
Yep. You've got duct tape. You tape his mouth, and he doesn't resist you now. He's
Yep.
just accepting this is what's happening.
All right. All right. And we'll get everyone on their feet
Mm-hmm.
and do a count to make sure we have everyone.
Mm-hmm. From what Callum counted, uh, three of them have gotten away. Um, you're not sure where they've gone to. Um, you haven't heard anything from your snipers up on the hill.
Call into the snipers. What's
Mhm.
going on, Charlie? We're
And
missing three down here. Where'd they go?
he radios back and he said, "We didn't see anyone." You sure Callum counted right?
Mm, he said there was 20.
How many have you got down there?
There's 17 at the moment.
Nobody left the camp after you guys moved in.
Callum, you sure about that number?
And Callum's starting to look a little bit freaked, because he's heard everything that's come through the radio as well. The whole group has. And I counted 20. And there's like the tents and things are mostly have mostly been brought down. So there's not really anywhere for anyone to hide in this section. There's a couple of Brahmin off to one side, and there's a couple of small tent poles, but they're just the pole. The main pole is still dug into the ground with the tent collapsed around it. Um,
Do we have any spray like hairspray, paint, anything like that in our packs?
mm, Let me see. I'm gonna roll for it because it's something you might have as just a random thing in your kit to have a can of spray paint. In this case, no.
All right. I'm just gonna just kneel down to like tie my shoelaces.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm doing that, I'm going to grab a handful of soil,
Yep.
and as I come up, I'm just gonna throw as much as I physically can in front of me.
Okay. So you're standing in towards the middle of the pack. Basically, you pick up um, some sand and dirt and you fling it out in front of you. There is no reaction; it just flies and falls to the ground.
Does it land on something invisible or?
Not in front of you, no.
Okay. Everyone's okay. Everyone. All right. So
Callum's just saying, look, it's 17's still a good number, sir.
I'm concerned. We've got three mutants on our hand, and they've gone invisible.
And as soon as you say that, it's like it hadn't even clicked for the rest of the guys. And suddenly they tense up. They are back to clutching their rifles. A few of the squad are then directing their watch outwards from the group. Um, Not focusing on these tribals. You've got them well and truly subdued, so
Yep.
and they're just watching. Can you please give me a perception roll?
One success.
One success, plus the group got one success. Okay. So between you, you're all watching, like the sun is just setting and the sun's rays are coming down this valley towards you. You can see a distance off in the long grass. There is the swaying of the grass is consistent across the entire field, except for these three tiny patches where it is looking like it's being trampled, and it's moving away at a run. They're probably 100 meters away from you at this point.
All right, I'm gonna radio in the snipers, tell them exactly what we're seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and to open fire.
You just get two yes sirs, um, and then you hear the crack and the crack a fraction of a second later, and then a crack and then a crack, and this repeats for a couple of minutes, and you can see these two spots are moving still, until you hear a crack and you see a blood spray fly out from one of the positions. It's like a mist. The snipers weren't 100% sure on where they needed to shoot, and they've managed to clock one of them clean in the head, and it has just atomized this guy's brain all over the place. So even from that distance, you can see this cloud in the sunlight.
And has that blood highlighted the other two?
The other two closest to you, can you give me a luck roll?
One success.
One success. So it's from this distance hard to tell, but it looks like there's a couple of specks moving in the distance. Are you wanting to give chase, or are you leaving this to the snipers?
No, just leaving it at the snipers. Going,
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, good job. The other two look like they're still moving. Keep going. Take them
Mm-hmm.
down.
So the other two are moving. You hear the cracks, and it goes on for another 30 seconds. The positions have moved, but it's hard for you to tell from this distance. They might have stopped. It's starting to get to the point where you can't see that far
Okay.
easily. The snipers radio in, and they're just like, we think they've stopped.
All right. Keep an eye on them. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Any movement, open fire. We'll go and investigate.
Okay. Are you taking the whole group, or are you just taking a couple of guys with you? What do you want to do?
So there's 10 of us in total down here. So,
Yep.
let me take me and two other guys,
Yep.
and I'll leave Kane in charge.
Mhm.
With so 8 to round them up, get them ready to move when we'll be back very soon.
Start loading them up. Okay. Excellent.
Yep.
So the 8 guys start lifting up these these tribals and putting them onto bits of gear and stuff, so they're just sitting and watching. You take 2 of them and start heading up towards the grassland area. You As you get closer, the bits where there's blood are just floating in the air. It looks like these 2 are just standing still. You go past the body of the one that they hit. You can clearly see the shape of it because it is covered in blood, but you can't see the actual person. So there is just the depression of where it's pushing the long grass down, but the body itself is invisible.
Okay. I'll kneel down and just put one shot into the body where I think the body is.
Mm-hmm. And a small spurt of blood comes out of it.
Okay.
It's still staying invisible.
Nothing moves or anything like that.
Nothing moves. No, it is very, very dead.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You always got to check.
I
It's
like that.
double tap. Double
Yeah,
tap.
I understand.
All
A
right. I'll
few
lean down
seconds later,
and grab the body and just see if I
mhm,
can actually like grab onto it, or
yeah,
whether
yeah,
it's
you can grab onto it. It's a person. Um, a couple of seconds after you grab onto it, it flickers in your hands, and it is completely shown. And straight away, your eyes are drawn to on the waistband, the rope around this guy's clothes is hanging a stealth boy unit.
oh,
So it was a projected field around him. They are consumable. They burn themselves out. They're
mhm.
a one use. So this one's already been used. The other 2 are still invisible, but they're standing still. They're about 10 meters away from you.
Okay. I'll point the guns
Mm-hmm.
with me, and I'll gesture to the other 2 and point into the direction and go deactivate right now. We open fire.
And 2 of them going. They're still invisible, but they're going. We know no 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 no. They don't really seem to understand what it is that you said. These guys barely speak English anymore.
Okay. Um, I'll grab the stealth boy on the one that's on the ground
Mm-hmm.
and like point it towards them, shaking,
Yep. So showing them the.
showing them,
Yep.
and then point my gun in the air above them and just fire once,
Yep.
and then point it back at them.
Okay. You see them both flinch as you fire the shot. Um, and they then become visible as you see them both rip these things off their their belts, for better word, and they've ripped them off and just tossed them into the grass.
All right,
And they're
boys,
standing there with their hands out, palms facing
boys,
down.
get them, boys, and then I'll walk over and grab up the 2 pit boys.
Yep. So the two stealth boys.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, it's as you're going up to grab them, you hear the fizzle sound come from both of them.
So they've been used up.
Yeah, it's one of those you hit the button, it lasts for a period of time, and that's it. It then shorts itself out.
Okay.
They're not
That's all right. I'll still
great
grab
tech.
them.
Yeah, they're still worth salvaging. They'll still have tech in
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Um, so between the three of them, so you'll have those wrecks of the three stealth boys. If you want to just add them to the notes on the right,
Hmm.
just put burnt out stealth boy or something like that. Um, your other two squad mates um, start grabbing these tribals, and they zip tie their hands straight away, and then start shoving them back towards the rest of the group.
Yep.
What are you doing with the dead person? Anything?
Nah. Just. Oh well. Let's check him over if he's got anything on him.
Hmm. So he's wearing like tribal leathers. So this is all homemade clothing. They don't wear any pre-war anything. One of them you find on his belt. He does have a small pouch, and in that it does contain a couple of units of healing salves, which is just a tribal healing method. Um, it's not as good as your stim packs, but it's what tribals use to look after themselves. It's all herbal medicines.
Yeah. Bear with me. My mouse has just died.
Oh, I love it.
Where's my
Well, that's good
charger?
because I'm currently wearing tracky dacks and it's 500 degrees in this house, so I might go put some shorts on.
And we have power again.
And I have shorts again. Excellent. Alrighty. So you bring these tribals back to the group. You bind their feet as well, so you've managed to get 19. 20th being hit by an unfortunate, difficult to aim shot.
Yep.
Two of the group that Callum was looking after have already left. They're heading back over the hill to grab the trucks. By the time you come back, it's a couple of minutes later, and you see the two big troop transports come climbing over the hill down to the camp. The rest of the flensers in your subjugation team have started combing through the tribal supplies to see if there was anything left that they were packing up that might be useful. The majority of it is tribal gear, so fairly low end compared to anything that you carry. Um, but the elder's headdress that he's wearing does stand out to you as being the only real point of difference that any of these guys have amongst themselves. Not sure if you want to leave that on him or if you want to take that separately.
Rip it off his head.
Hmm. So what you find is it's made out of almost like key rings that have been scavenged, and they've got little shiny coloured pieces of metal that they've just punched holes through, and there's just dozens and dozens of these combined to create this headdress, so it like jingles when you're wearing it. Um, it's uncommon from what you see for tribals to really wear anything much. They, being fairly nomadic, they try to keep themselves as light as possible. So this is actually quite interesting decorative flair to you. You can
Okay.
add that to your notes on the right if you would like. Just saying elder's headdress. And for your work here today, you have solidified your skill with small guns. So that has now
Nice.
become your tag skill. And you've earned another perk uh, called Buzz Junkie. So that's a practical perk.
Oh, nice.
So you can use chems to regen your luck, basically.
Nice.
Um, so if you pop two at once, when that occurs, it adds one luck point. Or if you take a single chem and then it's still active in turns later, you take a second chem. At that point, it'll trigger and give you another luck point as well.
Rob's gonna be jealous.
No, Rob's playing. Uh, he's quite an interesting character this time around. He's not big on drugs; like he takes bits and pieces.
Okay.
But he prefers one of these ridiculously expensive drugs called Daddy-O, which increases your charisma.
Yeah. Oh well, that he is playing the actor, isn't he?
Correct. Yeah. So
Yep.
he's just like hooked on the most expensive drug in the wasteland because it's the hardest to find. Is what he's into. So, all right. Uh, Callum just goes, look, 19's good. Um,
Yeah. No, that's a good job. And I'll go up and I'll. Do I have any chems left?
yeah, you'd have a handful of buff hour medics,
Yep.
maybe even a unit of jet.
I'm
All that.
gonna chuck a buff out to Charlie for his headshot and just chuck it at him and go, good work, Charlie. I like the nice shooting there, Tex.
um,
And
he's just gone. Thank you, sir. I wasn't meaning to hit him, but got him.
you got him really well. It's a very nice shot. I saw what he had for breakfast when he was when he was 3.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I love it. Callum just pats you on the back. He's just like, we've done a good job here. Let's get back to the bunker.
Yep. All right,
And
boys, roll out.
yep,
Stay wary.
you load up the trucks. You head back to the bunker. Um, and we fast forward at this point in time to a year later. So you have been leading teams deep into the wastes, sometimes up to 100 kilometers from Portland, um, just to try to find suitable organ donors.
Mhm.
Um, and your group in particular has been having increased success. You've been finding larger and larger groups. It's mainly tribals. Occasionally, you'll hit other raider camps. You'll hit slavers are a good one because they've already done half the work for you. Um, and you continue to bring these types of people back through your 20th birthday.
Mhm.
Um, During your downtime at the bunker and various facilities that are pockmarked around the city, you know of a lot of them, but you know that there is more than what you think. You're told about ones when you need to know and not before. in this group, so they deliberately don't disseminate too much information within the flensers to
Yep.
try to provide that extra layer of protection. Um, but quite often you'll spend that time you've started to take a mild interest in what happens to the slaves after you've caught them. And particularly at one of these facilities, the doctors absolutely delight in taking you through these procedures as they work. So you're essentially just waiting around while you're at one of these facilities,
Hmm.
and a surgery is just about to begin. So, in a lot of these facilities, they were very small scale bunkers that were designed for, one family to stay in for a few years, and that's it. They've been converted into surgical facilities. So, it's essentially wet rooms that have been set up
Yep.
around the place. But the doctors that are part of the flensers are particularly high end. They are very, very skilled and know what they do very well. Um, so today, there's this surgery that's just about to begin. You're bored. You've got nothing to do. Um, you're you've decided that you're going to sit in and observe the surgery that's taking place. So before you is a terrified tribal woman. She is completely naked. She's restrained on this cold operating table as you come through um, the plastic sheets into the closest thing that you have to a sterile working environment. There's three other medical people in the room. You've got an anaesthetist and their assistant. You've got a scrub scout, which is handing the doctor their tools as they work, and they're prepping the trays and containers. And the doctor asks you as he's starting to scrub in at one of the troughs just nearby, and he looks over and he nods and he goes, "Would you like to assist today, Mr. Kane?"
Um. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you want me to do?
And he said, "Well, first thing, I'll get you to go out, grab a gown, get yourself scrubbed in here so you're nice and clean, and then come over to me and we'll get things started. Anytime you want to help, that's appreciated."
Okay. I'll go
Hmm.
outside, get a gown,
Yep. So
scrub down.
so normally you're standing in the background, smoking a cigarette or taking something and just kind of just watching, and the doctors are talking you through. This time, he's willing to have you standing right next to him as he works. Um, and as you're finished scrubbing in, um, you come over to the table and he goes, "Okay, we can get started then." He goes, "All right," and he uh, is talking into a recorder on his shoulder the entire time. And he says, "We're harvesting specimen number 1127 today. I'm hoping to extract as many viable pieces as possible for suspension in biomed gel for future transport. The primary target is a usable heart, and then we will go from there." And he gestures and he says, "Anaesthetist, when you're ready, please." And the absolutely just manic, freaking out look on this tribal as she pulls against her restraints as the anaesthetist starts to bring down the mask over her face. And a few seconds later, she goes limp. And the doctor then says, "Ah, excellent. Well, scalpel, please, Mr. Kane. It's the sharp one on the tray over there."
So I'll grab the scalpel
Hmm.
But before I hand it to him, I'm just gonna do a little cut on the person's face, on their cheek,
Okay, yep.
and just gonna get a bit of the blood that
Mm-hmm.
comes out, and I'm just gonna put it on like my forehead,
Okay. Going very
and then
tribal.
and then hand him the scalpel.
You see him standing there, he's just got one finger up and he's like, not generally what we do here, Mr. Kane, in future. But as you were. He
It,
takes the
it's
scalpel from you and he says,
it's
okay,
it's my first. This is it's a trophy.
alright. Well, let's begin, shall we? Uh, and so you start working together with the doctor as he's talking you through every single step that he takes. Um, for handling the instruments and working with the Scrub Scout there, can you please give me an agility plus medicine roll?
Double sevens and my agility
Is
six.
6. So uh, constantly the Scrub Scout is having to gesture at you and just be, no, that's the handle. You hand the doctor the handle, not the sharp part. Just constantly, she's freaking out that you're even here. The doctor doesn't give a shit because he gets somebody that he can be very verbose and show how wonderfully intelligent he is too.
Yeah,
That will listen to him for a bit. But you start to learn as you're going along, and this Scrub Scout is just constantly just taking things off you and then handing it to the doctor properly. See, this is the way. Um, and after an hour of grueling work, the tribal has had all 4 limbs successfully removed. Uh, all major organs have been saved and stored. And finally, with the last sections of back and torso, they start taking a full large grafts of skin uh, to use on large wound or burn sites
hmm
that people might receive. And he says, "All right, I think that's about everything. Excellent." He goes, "So how are you feeling about that, young man? It's interesting, no?"
I'll gesture to him. Do you mind if I try? I'd like to have a try at something.
I mean, certainly. Um, like all you've got left is a hollowed out torso and a head that's missing a brain
Oh well, because I
and
want the brain.
eyes.
I want the brain.
Yeah. So pretty
Did he
much
take the brain out?
they take the brain, they take the eyes, they take the lungs, they take the heart, the liver, the kidneys,
Oh,
large sections of bowel.
what are they doing with the brain?
Have you never seen people with a brain transplant? Or there's those wonderful security robots they use up north a little bit further that have brains built in.
Oh, okay. I heard the brains were very squishy, and I wanted to have a feel of the brain, but that's okay.
That can damage the organ, sir. We pride ourselves on saving everything here.
I know. I just didn't think you were going to use the brain, so I thought I could have a little play. But that's okay. That's all right. Thank you. Thank you. That was good.
Excellent. So with your 2 extra intelligence uh, points above normal, we were adding 2 points to your medicine skill. So just let me fix that up. So it's not a tag skill, but this is you have learned extra
hmm
over time. Where is that medicine to? Beautiful. So with that, we close out. Um,
Is there still a hand on the body?
no, the entire both arms and both legs have been taken
They got taken as well.
as
Okay.
well. So they can be attached to people who've lost those limbs.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah, you've got a very small amount, and you know that the last of what is left gets fed to the dogs. So bones and the small last pieces of flesh. So
Hmm.
there's not much left in here. Um,
Yep.
so we jump forward again. It is 2284. You are 24 years old. You've been working for the past 5 years since you hit the tribal camp, and you've been collecting organ donors from all over the place. You've witnessed many, many surgeries, and the ranks of the Flensers has grown. However, they do try to minimize how much of the group is seen on the surface. So a lot
Hmm.
of the work that you do is at night. You don't actively contend with other groups. You work for high-paying individuals who need body parts, and uh, you do so in very small sections at a time. So on this night, you are with just a small group of your men um, who have been working, some of them working with you for over 5 years. So you've got a small handful, four of them are with you, and you're doing a patrol through some of the sectors that are considered to be. You essentially clear it of any riffraff. If raiders move into a spot, you guys clear out the raiders. If any wildlife comes in, you get rid of it in the area. You try to keep the routes between your facilities and your bunker as clear as possible.
Okay.
Um, so you're heading to on patrol to one of your satellite surgeries, um, which is a small way out of the city. It's more into the suburbs, out east. Um, and over the last year, the Flensers have been receiving. You've been told because you're not high enough ranked to warrant knowing the full story, but you've been told that they've been receiving disquieting messages from an unknown group, simply stating that what you do is immoral and it's wrong. Um, since you started receiving those messages, when different groups of the Flensers have been going out to get organ donors, the Flenser groups have been wiped out. Um, you're losing organ donors and you're losing well trained men and women. You're guessing it's an anti slaver group of some sort
Yep.
that has been attacking and releasing organ donors from your camps. Um, as you head towards this small underground facility, you're wary. You're constantly scanning around you. You're trained well to observe and react to what's going on around you. Um, and one of the first things that jumps out at you is when you reach the facility. This one, you go down some stairs, and then there is a long hallway to a single, very small bunker door. Um, the guards that normally stand outside that door are absent. What
And
do you
do I
do?
know what's in that bunker?
So in the bunker ahead of you, you know that there's one of the small surgery rooms. It's designed to hold uh, about a dozen slaves at a time as well. There's a like a holding pen built into one room, and you know that there's a facility that's normally got around about a dozen people between guards and doctors and that type of thing, um, that would be working there at all times. So for you to see the door with no guards is alarming.
Unusual.
Yeah,
Okay. Can we take a quick toilet break?
absolutely.
Cool. I'll be back. Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right. All right. So let's. I'm gonna yell out down to where the door is.
Mm-hmm.
Marco.
Okay, so you're opening the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yell out Marco at the same time.
Okay, so you key in on the door, uh, crank the handle, open it up, stick your head down the stairs, and go Marco, Marco,
Yep.
Marco, and it echoes down the long way down that it goes.
Hmm.
You hear no response back. All you can hear from where you're standing, you're at the top of a set of spiral stairs that go down. Is just the buzzing of the lights that are in the stairwell, and that's it. The rest of the guys with you are looking um, nervous. Everybody's got their guns up. They know that something's not right.
All right. Do I have any grenades on me?
I would say that you would have one. I don't think you'd be carrying a huge number.
Yep. Okay. Could I, if I dropped a
Mhm.
grenade,
Yep.
because can I? Is the door's currently open? You said, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you've just opened the front door.
Yep.
And then you walk in. You've got a landing, and then it's like the spiral staircases you get in like office buildings and stuff, where it goes down half a flight to another landing, and then goes down half a flight to another landing, and it just repeats that over and over. There's the gap down the center,
Hmm.
um, running between those sets of stairs the whole way to the bottom.
And the spot that where the first where they're holding the prisoners. Sorry, is that the first landing down?
No. So you go all the way to the bottom, and then you go into a main room, and then the rest of the rooms branch off that. So everything is right down at the very bottom of this place.
Okay. And how many guys did you say were with me?
So you've got four with you currently.
All right. Come on, boys. We're going to investigate this and get your guns ready. Prepare for anything because don't know where the hell's what the hell's going on. Why
Mhm.
no one answered back? We'll go and investigate.
Yep. So
So
they stick in formation
yeah.
behind you.
Know your targets first. Spot your targets first before firing.
Yes, sir. And they just group up. They like you've done these types of drills hundreds, thousands of times
Hmm.
together. So you just work as one cohesive unit,
Yep.
going down each flight of stairs, um, checking your corners at all times. You reach the bottom of the stairs. You still haven't heard or seen anything. And then there is the thick metal door that enters into the main room of the bunker. That's currently closed. Would you like to open that?
Yeah. Let's try to see if we can
Mm-hmm.
open it.
So
And
you,
as I open it, yell out Marco again.
yep. So you key in on the keypad next to the door, um, crank the handle, and it lets go and opens up. You go Marco, and no response.
No response. Okay. Do I know what's in that room? Like how big that room is?
Yeah. So the first room that you go into is probably the size. I'm going to say two shipping containers.
Hmm.
Um, and that's a main uh, area. So there's a small dining table is set up there with a handful of chairs around it. Um, it's following the same layout as what you've seen the majority of the facilities have. So off to the right, they've set up the medical room. Off to the left is a small barrack, which is much smaller than your main bunker,
Yep.
um, which is just meant to have basically it's 6 beds, so that the guards can and the doctors can rotate through, because they're working 24/7. Normally, even at the middle of the night, there's still people working, depending on what needs to be supplied.
Hmm.
Straight ahead, you've got a hallway that goes down. To the left is it's a thick metal door with a slide hatch in it, and you know that the slaves are meant to be stored in that room. Off to the right, there is just a small basic office, and just past that is the wet room. So you've got a glass wall with a door, and then the wet room where they work on people when they're taking them apart.
Let's see if there's any prisoners in there,
Hmm.
and just use that slide to have a look
Yep.
inside.
So you move up the hallway, you slide the slide across.
Yeah.
So what you've got on the door, it's slides across, and then it's got bulletproof glass behind it, so you can see
Hmm.
inside. Um, there is nobody inside this room.
Is it open so they've like broken their way out, or?
No, all the doors to the main rooms are closed. Nothing seems like unsettled or ransacked in any way. There is just no longer any slaves in here, and you know that there should be at at the very least 10, at the most 14 in there.
Now they couldn't have any stealth boys on them because they would have been searched.
Correct. You guys
Um,
strip every last bit and keep most of your slaves are kept naked.
yeah. All right. I'll keep working my way
Hmm.
up the hallway.
Yep. So you go up the
Just
hall. You've
check.
got the
Let's check
office
the
on the
next
right.
door. Yep.
Um, so the you creak open the door to the office, and you look inside, and there is a desk and a couple of computers, a computer banks on the walls. Um, it looks like it's just been left. There's there's nothing wrong in this room. There's just nobody here.
Okay. All right. Computers aren't on.
The computer bank's not currently on, no. So it's starting to get to the middle of the night at this point. You would expect the only times they would be on is when there is a doctor in here, digitizing his reports or things like
Yep.
that.
Okay. All right. Let's check the next room.
So the next room up is the wet room. You can see straight through the glass as you come up a little bit further. There is the glass wall where everybody gets prepared, and then there's the plastic curtains that you can see through into the operating theatre, and uh, nobody is inside. It's not set up for surgery or anything like that. It's um, it's just left as is,
Hmm.
and there is nobody here.
Okay. All right. What are the boys doing? They're coming
They
with me.
are sticking with you, so they
Yeah.
are covering every single angle. Um, one of them is just basically constantly watching the doorway in,
Yep.
because you know
All
that
right.
it's a fairly tight knit setup down here.
All right. Let's just keep going through and
Hmm.
seeing what else we can find.
So, in the purposes of being thorough, you come back, you move along to the barracks area. Um, the beds are all left, perfectly made. Nobody's inside this room. You head back out to the opposite side, into the mess, where there's the basic kitchen set up, almost like it's set up for a buffet
Hmm.
type thing, and there is nobody inside. Nothing in here is currently switched on, so it's not like somebody was cooking when they left.
Yep.
It's just left, almost like it's a display home kind of thing. But you've gone
Very,
through every single one of the rooms in this bunker.
very, very strange. This should not be like this whatsoever. Um, am I close enough, like that I could radio in to home base?
From down here, no. Um, you would have to go back to the surface for your radios to work.
To work.
Yep.
Okay. Um. All right. So we've searched every room. We can't find anything whatsoever.
Hmm.
All right. Let's head back up. I'm gonna radio this in.
Hmm. So you start heading back to the surface. The men that are with you are spooked, but you can tell that they don't want to talk too much. They're considering this a combat zone at
Hmm.
this point. So, um, but it's obvious that they're pretty freaked by this because the flensers don't really get hit too often. It's only just recently that this has started happening, and they're worried. You reach the top of the stairs. You start to step out of the door into the long hallway that leads back to the surface. Your radio starts picking up a signal again, so you'd be able to start radioing in.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
So I'm gonna radio into home base
mhm.
and let them know what we found.
Yep. So you lean into your radio. You gesture for your men to stop. Behind you, you're standing where the bunker door is,
Hmm.
in this long covered hallway, and then there's just the small flight of steps back up to the street um, ahead of you, and you lean into your radio and you're like, okay, bunker one, do you copy? And you hear and feel a thud from below you. It feels like an earthquake going off, and plaster rains down from the ceiling above where you are, and you stop talking as that happens. And then a series of thuds, uh, shaking everything and coming from well below you, get louder and closer. And then finally, an explosion goes off at the top of the stairwell, knocks you clean against the wall in the hallway. Uh, Everything goes black and you fall unconscious.
Fuck.
Sometime later, um, you are groggily coming back to it, and you can see the stars in the sky above you, and you're being dragged by somebody in a blue jumpsuit. And they haul you onto a stretcher. You have burns and massive damage to your back and your arms, and you fall back unconscious again. And over the coming hours, days, you're not sure how long, you continue to slip in and out of consciousness.
Okay.
And at one point, you wake up and you can see a white room around you, and then you fall back unconscious again. And finally, you awake and you're feeling somewhat more with it. And you are propped up against a wall. So you're in like a sitting position on the ground, with your back up against a wall.
Are my hands tied?
Your hands are not tied, you're not bound. Um, all of your gear is gone. You have no weapon, you have no armor, you have nothing in your chem pouch. And from what you can tell, when you sort of start to look around, you're in a an alleyway somewhere, and the wall ahead of you is about 3 stories tall, and it's made out of bits of scrap and shipping containers and car wrecks and anything that can be jammed together to build up this wall. And high above you is this wooden gangway where you can see soldiers in, or guards in, black leather uniforms, similar to the ones that you saw at the heap when you used to run there.
Okay.
But this is not the heap. You're trying to figure out where you are. What would you like to do?
Am I on ground level?
You, as far as you can tell, you're at ground level, yes. You've got piles of rubbish and shit off behind you. There's in the not too far away. There's quite a hubbub of people around, and you can hear voices starting to trickle in. Your left arm is on fire. It is shooting pain at you.
And if I check the rest of my body, like, do I seem okay other than my left arm?
Your left arm is hurting. The rest of you seems okay. Your back feels very tight. Um, if you feel back there, you can feel some scarring, um, like burn scars, that have formed. So it feels like somebody's like upped the tension on your skin in that area, but it's not particularly painful.
But the scars, they're healed, so
Yes,
it's been quite some time.
it's been some time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I can get up and move around.
Yeah, you can. You groggily sort of make your way to your feet and start looking around
Yep.
a bit more. The alleyway that you're in runs north and south, and you're behind a building of some sort. So you're between a building, and then this giant junk wall.
All right. Let's head towards the junk wall.
hmm So, so the junk wall's only, it's like a meter and a half away from you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
quite a thin alley between these two sections. The
Yep.
alley itself runs north south,
Okay. All right.
following
Let's
that
head
wall.
north.
Yep. So you head north. You make it to another alleyway intersection. So you can continue going north behind other buildings, or if you look west down this new alley, you can see lights and people in a street,
Okay.
probably about 20 meters further on.
All right. While I'm just resting here,
Hmm.
um, can I feel over my body? Can I feel anything under my skin, like mechanical or that's not meant to be there?
So as you're feeling over, um, grabbing at your left arm and you're massaging it, trying to make the pain go away, um, and everything looks real from the outside, and the pain is certainly there, but what you feel underneath doesn't match your bones.
Okay. Do I feel me touching my skin on my arm?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got sensation on.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And what about the rest? Can I feel anything else, anywhere else on the body? Any implants or anything anywhere else?
Okay, looking for stuff like that. You spend some time just feeling over every single part of yourself. You don't notice anything else that's amiss. Um, you make it down, running down your right arm as well, pressing into your torso, trying to feel around your back and your neck, then work your way down your legs, being methodical, trying to check everywhere. You don't feel anything at a surface level that's implanted. No.
Okay. And if I go then back to my left arm,
Yep.
um, is does my does it match like my right arm? Like when it comes down to the skin, is it the
Yep.
same color? Is it the same? Is there any like
So where you're sitting here,
incisions or anything?
you're mostly in darkness.
Okay, so I
So
can't
it's
see
it's
anything.
fairly hard
It's only what I
to
can
tell.
feel.
Yeah. So it is late at night, and uh, the only light that you have is just the reflected light from the street nearby, coming down the hallway, which is not particularly bright where you're standing.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'll head down that path going west.
Hmm.
And
All right.
see if I can see the closest people.
Yep. So you see throngs of people, even though it's late at night. Um, there are people absolutely everywhere out in the street ahead of you. Um, moving past, there's market stalls and things out in the street, and then people going into shops on either side of you. And as you look around at the end of this street, and you're starting to realize you're in a place that you've been to a fair few times before. You've just never been down this particular alleyway. So as soon as you come out into the street, you start to recognize, and you're like, hang on. This is a place west of the river called the Terminal. This is the biggest settlement in Portland by far.
Mhm.
So after the war, a long time afterwards, fairly recently in your history, as in when you were a kid, it wasn't even here. Um, this group called the Railway Alliance came together, and it was a series of small settlements that decided that they were going to pool their resources and start to get the train lines working in Portland again, to be able to run large amounts of freight between the settlements and provide everything that was needed. The suits of armor that you see on the guards, the black painted leather, is a sign that they are guards of the Railway Alliance.
Okay.
And
And
this is their crown jewel.
the clothes that I'm wearing at the moment, are they the same as when the last time I remember, or am I in different
You're
clothing?
you're in the same clothes that you were in, um, Your jacket has been mended back to how you remember. So it's as if you never got hurt. Um, Everything is matching down to the most minute detail.
Okay.
The sweat stains
And
are in the right places on your shirts and the things like that.
okay. And when it comes down to um, on my body, is there anything that like identifies me as being part of the Fennels?
The flensers, no. So the main thing about the flensers is they wear full basically military gear when they are heading out of Portland. So they have their own basic uniform, which is kind of cobbled together from old pre-army gear.
Yep.
Um, the only time you normally wear that, because it's a lot heavier gear than what you prefer in Portland. Um, the only time you wear that is when you're heading out to collect slaves. Um, when you're routinely moving around the place, you wear your own clothing. So you prefer, a heavy leather jacket, really stocky, heavy cargos, um, nothing that identifies you specifically.
Yep. Okay. No, that's fine.
Um, Looking about your clothes, one thing that you do notice is that you don't even have your insignia in your pocket. So normally there is, it's just a small metal Flens's insignia,
Hmm.
and it's just a method that you use to identify other members if you need to prove that you
Have
are
you come
you.
across them?
Yep.
Yep.
Um, you can flash that in the same way that pre-war a policeman would flash his badge.
Yep.
Um, but that is no longer on you. All of your personal items, apart from your clothing, have been taken.
Okay.
So you're standing just at the edge of this street as crowds go by. The street runs north and south, and then if you follow it north, it curves away to the west. If you follow it south, it curves away to the east. You know that if you go south, you'll head towards one of the main sort of shopping areas, and then there is a very large building called the Sour Mole, which is it's a drinking establishment that you've been to a fair few times before.
Okay. All right. Well, let's head towards that location.
Mhm.
But is that the like is like all the people heading towards there?
There's people heading backwards and forwards in every direction. This is just commoners that are going about their daily lives.
Okay. All right.
Um,
I'm just gonna walk just slowly, just
mhm.
not trying to make attention to myself, attract attention,
Yep,
and just listening into some conversations.
yep. So as you're walking down the street, conversations that you hear are regular things. Such and such owes me caps. Um, we're still recovering after that raider hit the other night. Um, the price down at Penny's is too much. Things like that. It's general conversation. Um,
Mhm.
Nothing much that really takes your eye specifically.
All right. Is there any location where we are that I know of that is linked to our group?
The Flensers do not have any facilities or anything within the terminal. So the
There's no
terminal
like,
is a giant walled city
so there's
right
no
in the
like
middle of the
under
CBD.
like a safe zone or a safe house or anything like that.
No. You know that uh, all it's this basically acts as a neutral zone. So everybody is allowed to come in here. So the Flensers can come in here, other raider groups can come in here, but the condition of entry is that everybody has their weapons removed from them when they enter, and they're
Yeah, so
stored
it's
at the
a
front gate.
trading outpost.
Essentially, yes, they try to get as many customers in as possible. You know that on an average day there are thousands of people here, from every walk of life. So you may come across Flensers when you're here, but you don't have an outpost or anything like that in this place.
All right. All right. Well, I'll just keep working my way through. So I've got no caps on me, no nothing.
You've got
Everything's
no
been.
caps, no
Yeah.
chems, no weapons, no armor, no
All right.
anything. You've been
Let's.
left in with the clothes on your back.
Yeah. All right. To. Let's head to the way that I know to get out of this location.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but let's also be looking at the faces as I'm going out to see if I recognize any fellow
Mm-hmm.
um, troops.
So you start heading south down the main road that runs through the center of town, and it starts curving around to the east. And at that point, you come around the corner of the Sour Mole, which is the big tavern. You can see the whole of this place is it's like the favelas in Brazil. It's a shanty built on top of a shanty built on top of a shanty.
Hmm.
Everything is kind of cobbled together. Sitting out on the deck, drinking with another man that you've seen before, but you haven't been introduced to him. You see a gentleman from a small raider group that you've met on and off over the years, as long as you can remember. He's been old when you were young, so uh, he's sitting on the front deck of the Sour Mole drinking, and as soon as you notice him, he notices you, and a big smile comes across his face, and he just leans out over the balustrade, and he goes, "You looking lost, young man," with a big smile on his face.
Okay,
Uh,
so as in, I know this guy
so
as
you
a
know the guy that
raider?
just spoke to you. You know that he's a raider from another outfit. However, over the years, he's been part of many different outfits, so you have no idea which group
What
he's
is
part
the
of
what
now.
type
You
of?
know he's not a Flenser. He's just a how would you call it? A fairly freelance
Yeah,
raider. He just does
yeah.
whatever he wants.
All right, let's walk up to him.
Hmm. And he
Sit down next to him.
yep. So he gestures to the seat next to him. And there's a young man sitting at the table, sort of. He's a bit uh, almost kind of cagey. He's sitting there clutching his beer. It's close to his chest. And he shifts himself in his chair to make room for you. He's got these big killer sideburns coming down the side of his face, and he's got a perfect pomaded pompadour haircut. So think Elvis in the 50s.
Mhm.
Um, and he's sitting there very very cagey. But he allows you to sit down, and he's giving a half smile, and Digger, the first one that spoke to you, he leans in through the window of the bar, and he just yells out, and he goes, "Jazzy!" He goes, "Whiskey and a whiskey and a water for my friend here. He looks like he needs it. And Jazzy whips around, grabs the drinks. She brings out to the window right next to where you're sitting at this table. And you see this woman bartender who is decked head to toe in the heaviest raider gear you've ever seen. It's big pauldrons, spikes coming out of absolutely everything. She's got a leather helmet on with spikes running in a mohawk, but every single part of it is covered in purple sequins.
Eileen would like that.
So she's very verbose in how she looks.
Yep.
You've seen her every time you come in here. She's the bartender that owns and runs the Sour Mole. And Digger takes the drinks, nods kindly at her, throws a few caps on her tray, and she takes one look at you and she just goes, Dustwalker, you look like shit. You all good?
Yeah. I don't know where I am or what time it is at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Get that into you.
I've just woken up here in the alleyway, and I'm I'm not saying I'm homicidal, but I'm very close to going, what the fuck?
Digger's just sitting back listening to you, just laughing. Slides big glass of water over to you, and he just goes, Jazzy, how about you make something up for Dustwalker to eat as well? He's seen better days. And Jazzy nods, and she goes, "Yep, okay." Digger goes, "What do you mean you woke up in an alley? What drugs have you been taking? You know you got to
Normally the
knock off
good,
that stuff."
normally the good stuff, but uh, last, yeah. What day is it?
What day is it? It's Tuesday.
What date?
What date is it? He goes, "Fuck," and he takes out and he's got uh, situated on his wrist, built into his gauntlet. He flicks up this little tiny screen, and it is the most basic thing ever. It's like 6-bit screen, and it's got the date and time, and he keeps his to-do list on this. So it's not a Pip Boy by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a full-blown computer. It's just very, very basic. And he's like, it's the 14th of the 8th.
What day was it when?
So you were on patrol on the 1st of the 8th.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say, yeah, okay.
so
So
it's
it's been
been
two.
2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. So I've lost 2 weeks. What the fuck? And as I've grabbed my water with my right arm,
Yep.
I slam my left arm down onto the table as hard as I can.
Your hand hits it and goes through the table, splintering the side of it. And Digger sort of sits back, and the other gentleman that you're with sort of jumps back. He's really freaking out. Jazzy goes, "What the fuck are you boys doing out there?" From inside, she's standing at the bar trying to cook you up some food.
Um, Jazzy, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My arm is in massive amount of pain, and yet it just went straight through the table. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
All right, well, can you not break my shit, please?
Apology.
In saying that, she's probably used to That with the type of riffraff that come into this place, she probably loses a couple of tables a night that have to get rebuilt. So not the worst thing in the
That,
world.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Digger just goes, look, you just need to just calm down. Whatever you were on, you're back with us now. Maybe go easy for a couple of weeks, hey? He goes, look, you want to come inside? We'll play some darts or something. And the other younger guy that's with you is nodding. He doesn't really say much.
I think I might just sit here for a bit and just rest.
Hmm.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed at how I've just lost 2 weeks of my life.
Fair enough.
All I can remember is this person in a blue jumpsuit.
And he's just got a raised eyebrow. He's like, right, okay. Um, look, you just sit there and take it easy for a bit. We're gonna go play darts. We'll be back in a few. If you want to
I,
join
s-
us, we're right here.
I start sniffing my water just to make sure I can't smell anything.
You sniff your water. It's decent purified water.
Okay, all right. Not scull it, but just like quickly drink it because I'm quite parched.
Yep.
Um, and I'll go, Jassy, can I grab another water?
She's like, yep, yep. And she brings out, after a couple of minutes, she's got some bits of iguana on a kebab stick
Nice. I like
for you.
like Ivana.
And she just sits down an entire jug of water and she goes, there you go. Um, you know, you
Cheers, love.
you uh you need anything, you let us know, hey?
And I'll just study my arm
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can figure out what's actually going on right now.
So as you're sitting there in bright light, you go over. Skin looks okay, but as you turn your arm over on the furthest side away from you, just barely, you can see this scar running all the way down past your elbow, up to your wrist, and then runs along your pinky finger. And it looks like it's this perfect, like skin colored welding bead running the whole way down. It is dead straight. Um,
It's weird that you said that because as I was looking at my left arm, I was actually looking exactly the same angle, just going, where the fuck would this card
I love that fact
be?
because Trish gets the shits with me because I physically act out things that I'm talking about whenever we're
Yeah,
playing these games. Like, I'll physically, if I'm telling you a gap is such and such a distance, I'm physically getting up from uh, the chair and I will pace out and go, what's a reasonable distance that I think?
yeah.
And stuff like that. She always she laughs at me. She's like, you don't have to wave your hands around like that. And I'm like, yes, I do. It's required for me to be able to talk. I'm part Italian,
Yeah,
apparently.
I'm trying to work out where what the fuck was going. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'll hold my arm back, and I'll now be looking at the side where I see this scar,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and and so can I feel the skin and like as such, like it
So
actually feels real?
it feels real. If you press in with a finger from your other hand,
Yep.
that registers as touch on your left arm. You are getting some kind of feedback from it.
Okay.
But when you really press in and where you would normally be able to feel bone, you're not feeling it in some places that it should be.
Yeah.
And you're feeling stuff that feels very straight and angular inside there.
Um, the part of the table that just broke,
Hmm.
is there a bit on the ground that I can grab?
Yeah, you've got splinters and bits and pieces of wood all over the place there.
Just grab a big piece of wood that I can find,
Hmm.
and just put it in my hand, and I'm just gonna squeeze it as hard as I possibly can.
So you squeeze, and it starts to splinter underneath your fingers. You're crushing it enough. Not that you're going to crush it into dust, but certainly that
Yep.
you are going to do some damage to it. It is
Yep.
beyond what you would be able to do with your
The
normal
normal hand.
hand.
Right. Okay. Very weird. And I just drop what I've got and then just dust my hand off
Hmm.
and just look at it. And is there any injury from what I just did?
There's a few sort of pricks and bits and pieces of splinters of wood in the hand,
Mhm.
and it's bleeding.
It is bleeding. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it red blood?
it is red blood.
Red.
There's
Okay.
tiny, tiny little pin pricks of it. You just pick the splinters out, and it's not like you've completely gashed open your hand or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. That's quite awkward. I'll just sit there for a minute and eat my iguana.
Hmm.
Trying to just go, what the fuck is just going on just here?
And in the background, inside, you hear Digger and the other gentleman playing, and Digger he's quite a loud bastard. He doesn't really shut up, and he doesn't know when it's right to shut up. Uh, all you can hear is "Bullseye, get fucked." He's like, "Home run, you do this every fucking time." He's like, just give me some kind of chance, would you? And they've got their glasses of whiskey that they're drinking. Little bit of time goes on, they order a couple of beers as well, and they shout out, and they're like, "Dustwalker, get in here, you dick!"
All right, I'll go. I'll walk inside.
And Digger stands back and he hands you a dart, and he's like, "Can you show this smartass what it's all about? I can't beat him."
All right. Now I'm normally right-handed.
Hmm.
Let's try throwing the dart with my right hand first.
Yep. So you throw your dart with your right hand. Can you please give me an agility plus throwing roll?
Two fails.
Two fails. So you, um, it goes sailing off the side of the dartboard, lodges itself into the wall next to it. Uh, Home run. You've learnt his name is the guy with the killer sideburns. He takes his dart and outer ring of the bullseye, and he just goes, "Whew." Hands
All right.
you the next dart.
And this time I'll put the dart into my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to examine my hand
Yep.
with the dart and take one look at the dartboard,
Yep.
back up my hand, and then I'm just going to throw without looking
Okay,
with
so
my
you're
hand.
still looking at your hand. You're not looking at the dartboard.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
know where the dartboard is, but
Yep.
I'm going to throw with that.
Yep. All right. So, can you please give me an agility plus throwing roll? In this case, can you please roll four d20s for me?
Ball. Okay. Uh, it'd be good if I had something on throwing. One success. I
One
got three
success.
nines and a four.
So you don't hit the bullseye. Um, You hit the double six, but it hits it and keeps going through the wall. You leave this like gunshot-sized hole where the dartboard was. Home Run's just looking at you, like, what the fuck? He's just like, all right, I guess we're not playing that anymore. Uh, with
I'm
that,
like,
you
I'm like, I was right-handed. Now I'm apparently left-handed. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
He's like, okay. With that, you have proficiency in throwing.
Hmm.
You have learned, but specifically when you throw with your left hand.
Right. Okay.
So keep that in mind. If you're going to try to throw a spear or something like that, you need to
Yeah.
completely change how you do things, and you might fumble it.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes sense.
yeah,
Not used to doing it.
correct. It's you were naturally right-handed,
Mm.
so you do everything with your right hand except for you know anything that you do with your left hand. You're going to have to train yourself if it wasn't originally a left-handed skill.
Yep.
Um, and you continue carousing in the bar for hours and hours and hours, and Dig is paying for everything for you, and that's fine. You don't mind. You don't have any caps to pay for it, so um, he's getting food, he's getting drinks. You guys are getting pretty drunk. Um, and then,
Is Digger the image of the guy that's on the screen at the moment?
yep, yep. So
Yeah.
that's the closest I could get to the mini that I painted for him.
Nice.
Um, so if you see him outside of this place, he is covered in weapons. Um,
Yep.
so he's got a massive case for shotgun on his back. He keeps knives all over him and everything like that. Like he is just a walking fucking tank. This guy. You keep carousing through the night. Um, Groups come in and out as you're going, and you're finally sitting there in a bit of a haze. And in walks three guys. Um, and you have just sort of seen them out of the corner of your eye. You haven't really noticed too much. But one of them's noticed you, and it's Callum from your crew. And he just goes, Kane! Oh, thank you. And he leans
Yeah. He,
into.
he he wasn't one of the ones that was with me at the time,
He
was he?
was not with you on patrol. He was essentially your right hand man.
Yep.
Whenever you would go out to farm organ donors,
Yep.
he's same age as you. He was your second in charge the entire time,
Yep.
and he would enable everything for you. So the two of you have worked together forever. And as soon as he says that, he leans into the radio on his shoulder and he goes, excuse me, Abel. I've found Kane. And you can hear the crackles from the radio come back, but you can't make the words out in your state.
Okay.
And he goes, Kane, and he walks over to you. He goes, you need to come home. Um,
I have no idea how I got here. I only woke up this morning.
Neither do we. Um, Abel needs answers from you, man. Come on. And he
Yep.
turns and waits. He's holding his arm out to help you up from the table.
Now I'm quite drunk at the moment, so
You're pretty drunk, so it's
yeah,
he's assuming that he's probably gonna have to.
carry me.
um, and as you're getting up, Digger's just sitting there, just like, hey, look. He's like, Dustwalker. He's like, just remember us, eh? Remember my offer? Just whatever. And earlier in the night, uh, and previously when you've seen him, he has offered to work with you if you're ever wanting to leave the Flensers for any reason.
Ah, okay.
Previously, you haven't been convinced. You're happy where you are. You do what you do.
Yep. Yep.
But he harps on at you every single time you part ways with him. He says the same thing. He's like, just remember us.
Yep.
And Callum starts walking you back out. The other two guys that are with him are from your group as well. And they start helping you back out of the terminal.
Mhm.
So you reach the exit to the terminal, and you're standing there waiting. There's guards in leather painted in black all over the place at the entrance here, and a young woman comes up and she says, "Mr. Callum and you two, yes, okay, I'll be back in a second." She goes over to there's a couple of benches built into the wall, and they've got glass in the front of them and like a hopper that can fold from one side to the other of the wall. Behind the glass, you see all of these little pigeonholes containing containers that are full of different kinds of weapons. And there's a person in behind the glass at each of these points. Um, and they grab some of the weapons, put it into the hopper, and then push it across. And she then delivers the weapons to Callum, delivers the weapons to the other two soldiers. There's nothing there for you. So
Yep.
whenever you were brought in, you weren't brought in with any weapons. Um, Callum suits up and everything, and he goes, "All right, come on." And he starts helping you through the ruins. It's a bit of a walk. You've got a few kilometers. You've got to get across the river and then head northeast back to where your bunker is underneath the hospital ruin.
Mhm.
You make your way through. You don't really receive any trouble. You cross through a couple of Railway Alliance checkpoints. They specifically guard along the railway lines, so they have little
Yep.
posts in different places. Um, Running over the river, they have actually collapsed almost every other bridge along the river except for their one that has the railway line that crosses from the west side of the city to the east. The entire uh, railway line bridge can actually be raised. It was to allow ships to pass underneath, heading up and down the Willamette River pre-war. But they've built a small building like a guard outpost, so they can limit traffic coming through whenever they want. You cross through, negotiate to pay to get across. They charge a toll at basically every checkpoint. And Callum just pays it, doesn't worry about it. Moves you through, so it's generally fairly safe the way that you're going until you start hitting more of the Flenser territory, which, as you guys don't advertise, but you clear out. So there's not too much danger there.
Yep.
You reach the entrance to the bunker, and some of the men on duty that are out there. And
Do I recognize any of them
yeah,
that are part
you've
of my
seen these
group?
guys. They're not part of your group
No, just
specifically.
before.
The people who are considered less good at soldier type work end up essentially becoming guards. So the best are sent out in the groups that clear the areas around, and then the best of the best go out and harvest organ donors.
Yep. Okay.
Um, Callum stops as the guards step in front of you, and everybody surrounds you, and they say, "Until further notice, Kane, you are under arrest."
What?
Abel's
Why?
orders, and the guards and your men step forward towards you to restrain you. What do you do?
I go. Excuse me. What? Take me to Abel right now.
That's what we're doing. And two of your men that are behind you grab your arms and go to cuff you, your hands behind you.
I'll pull my hands back and go. You do not need to restrain me, thank you. I am going to see our boss. You can escort me, but that is all.
Callum says, "All right, very well." And the rest of them step back to form a cordon around you. They are all very well armed. Um, and Callum ushers you forward.
Yep. I'll
Um,
I'll just
mhm.
make my way up there.
Yep. So you,
Just
um,
just keeping my hands behind my back, like
yep,
holding my arms.
yep. Okay. So you're staying in a respectful stance.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so they escort you down, um, in the main foyer, at the bottom of the stairs. You come through the main bunker entrance. The door is closed behind you. Callum is standing off to the right. The rest of the soldiers have gone back to the entrance. And Abel is staring down at you.
Yeah. Go, boss. What's going on?
He says, "Kane," he says, "Facility 6 was destroyed with no trace of our personnel and 16 organ donors. What did you do?"
Boss, all I remember is that we were exploring the bunker and there was no one there. As I came up to radio back, there was an explosion. That's all I can remember, other than being dragged by someone in a blue outfit. And then I woke up this morning in an alleyway in. Sorry, I can't remember that
The
town.
terminal.
In the terminal. Um, and that's all I can remember. There is something going on with my left arm. I don't understand what is happening with it. I'm in a massive amount of pain, and I have a lot more strength in my left arm that I have in the past. But other than that, I do not know what has happened. It has been 2 weeks since my last memory.
2 weeks since your last memory, and it just happens to coincide when we lose an entire facility.
Correct. I had 4 men with me when we were searching. I do not know what has happened to them.
We have not found a trace of a single other Flenser. You're the only one who survived, and you seem to be in perfect health.
Oh, I'm not in perfect health, I can
We
tell you
find
that,
you
sir.
drinking and carousing.
I was resting. Um, Digger was providing me some food and water back back at Terminus, and um, yeah, I was just resting, trying to build up the energy to then come back and actually come back to home base.
As he's listening to you, he is pacing backwards and forwards and he's shaking his head the entire time. And he's like, "You're babbling and you're lying to me.
Negative, sir.
I
I do not
want
lie.
my 16 organ donors back. I want my personnel back. Who did you sell them to?"
Didn't sell them to anyone, sir. I want my 2 weeks back. I do not know what actually happened other than the explosion that happened, and I was being
Lies. And he turns
dragged
around
away.
and slaps you across the face.
I grab his arm with my left hand.
And he immediately winces as you do that. And he's like, "Unhand me, boy."
Yeah, as you can see, there is something that has happened. I do not know what it is, sir.
Do you release
I've
him
been
or do
a,
you let
I
him
have
go?
been, as I say that, I release him.
You release him?
I have been a loyal servant my entire life. You know who I am. You know you can trust me. Yes, have I ever done anything to for you not to trust me?
That you haven't, and that makes me wonder, did I miss something up to this point?
Definitely not.
Have our medical technicians take a look at Kane, and he gestures to Callum to lead you in.
Hmm.
Whatever has happened to you, maybe it can explain what's going on. I do not take losses lightly. And
Thank you, sir. I want to get to the bottom of this.
Callum leads you through to the infirmary, uh, and one of the doctors comes over and he goes, "All right, what's going on? What
Do
do you
not
need?"
know, sir. There is something going on with my left arm. I'm in a massive amount of pain. It's just constant burning sensation, and yet I have more strength in my left arm than I've ever felt before in my life.
More strength. What do you mean?
And is there anything nearby, or can I grab something?
Um, so they've positioned you so you're sitting on like a hospital bed. Um,
Okay.
you've got your
The
hands down where
Is
the
there a
frame of the bed
handrail?
is. Yeah, like
Yes.
the
Yep.
frame. Yeah.
Okay. Can I just grab the handrail and just try to bend it with one hand?
So you squeeze and wrench and you manage to break the welds on
Yeah.
part of the
This is what I'm talking about.
and the doctor just steps back and he's just like, "Okay, what's changed?"
I have 2 weeks of memory loss. There was an explosion and I was being dragged away by someone. That's all I remember. And I woke up this morning.
All right, let's take a look. And the doctor comes over and he starts examining your hand and starts feeling. And he's like, "Do you get pain when I feel there? Do you get pain when I press there?" And he presses in where the main join on your wrist leading up in your upper arm
Hmm?
goes, and he doesn't feel any bone there. It's just a gap. And he starts pressing in more. And he's like, and starts feeling what are these like odd shapes underneath. and he steps back and he just whispers something to Callum. Callum nods, and Callum heads out of the room. And the
All I have is an image from Terminator Salvation when she steps back and goes, Barnes. And he comes over and I get knocked out.
um,
You and me, we've been at war for
I
a long time.
didn't even think about that, but yes, that's kind of what we're going with here. the, the doctor just goes, "All right, Kane. We need to take a look at that. Will you let me um do some minor surgery on you?"
Absolutely, sir. I want more the answers just like you do.
And he numbs the area and where he felt absolutely nothing
Oh,
underneath
I've
your.
finally got relief. I haven't.
um,
I've just been in massive pain.
and he just goes, "You might want to look away at this point."
Oh, I'm fine.
But you've been through so many surgeries
Yeah, I'm
now,
quite happy with that.
you observe them as just a morbid curiosity, if nothing
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
So you continue watching, and he goes, "All right," and he takes a fine scalpel out and cuts in and starts pushing back the flesh, and he comes across a clear layer that is uh, sort of hollow underneath. It looks like acrylic or glass that you can see through. And he's like, "Oh," and he pushes back some of these sections of skin, and he can see inside there's cables and wires down where your bones should be.
What the
And
fuck, Doc?
at that moment, Callum comes back with a horde of guards pointing weapons at you. Callum says, "Kane, what's going on?"
Yeah, look for yourself. I have no idea what the fuck has happened to me.
He says, "Abomination." And he turns
Okay,
around and he goes to
this has
leave.
been done against my will.
He's not even hearing it. He's already shouting out to Abel, and he says, "Abel, sir." And then it's muffled that you hear around the corner. The guards are lining up around the room in a L shape, surrounding you. None of them are coming near you specifically,
Are
but
they pointing their weapons at me?
every single one is pointing their weapons at you. So you've got a whole bunch of automatics and shotguns that are currently pointed at you.
From my calculations, I am 15 rounds short of a successful outcome here.
The doctor has completely stepped back, and he's just like hunkering back in the corner, trying to stay out of the way, away from you. And Callum
Now,
and
at that point,
Mhm.
I'm gonna reach. Like, is there a scalpel there still?
There is.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you
gonna
want to
grab.
reach for a scalpel when you've got multiple automatic weapons pointed at you?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it, but I'm actually gonna like at the point of where my where that scar starts. I want to
Hmm.
go all the way around and grab the skin from the back
Hmm.
and then rip it off to actually find out what the fuck is actually underneath there.
Uh, so as your hand reaches out for the scalpel, the lead guard takes a shot at you, fires a burst, and it's a warning shot straight at the surgical trays
Okay.
that are sitting next to the bed that the doctor was using, making the different tools and bits and pieces fly all over the place.
I'm gonna yell at them. I'm not attacking. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was done to me. Stand down.
The lead one says, "We do not take orders from you, sir." And then Callum and Abel come into the room behind them, and Abel can see this large cut in your arm. And he says, "So, let's come to that." He goes, "Kane, stand down. You understand our rules. You are exiled from the Flensers. You are no longer welcome here, abomination. You will be escorted to the surface. Do you agree?"
I don't seem to have a choice.
Very well. And one of the guards that's closest to the bed around the other side closes in behind you, and he's got heavy chains that he grabs your arms and goes to start locking around your arms behind your back. Do you resist him? Do you submit?
No, I won't. I won't resist.
Mm-hmm.
There's low chance of survival here.
Yes. So, so they lock you up, and the entire group basically moves as a wave to allow you out. Abel and Callum stand far away. They back out of the room and go down the hallway. They don't want to be near you. Um,
As I walk past Abel and get escorted,
mhm.
I say to him, "None of this was my doing. This has all been done against my will." And just keep walking.
Lies even at this point, Kane. You've disappointed me.
You disappoint me, Abel, for not believing in.
And the guards shove you out into the stairwell, lead you up. You get taken about a block away from the bunker, unlocked, and then dumped. The rest of them back off you and move as a group back to the bunker.
Did they leave me with anything?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
What would you like to do?
Um. All right. Well, I know the area,
Yep.
so let's go to a Let's just try to figure out what's going on because I still my arm's still numbed. I'm guessing.
Yeah, the site where he was making the incision is numbed. Yes, you can still feel the
Yep.
rest of your arm at the top and the fingertips, but
Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's just head towards the nearest safe location that I know of.
hmm
So I can regroup to figure out what the hell's
So
going
as in
on,
a
and so
Flenser
I can
location or a neutral location?
like just a house that I know that's
Oh yeah,
empty.
yep.
Um,
Uh,
just that I won't be disturbed.
yeah, so you know the area that well. There's yeah a few bits and pieces that are still intact. You know of one house that's empty further down.
Hmm.
It's a couple of blocks on. You're far enough away from the bunker that the patrols won't necessarily disturb you.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
So let's just make sure the front door's shut
Hmm.
and secure. And while I'm on the inside, just while I'm numb, let's just try to investigate as much
Hmm.
as I physically can from what I can see
Yep.
through the open wound.
All right. So you lock the house up. You head to the kitchen. You pull open the drawers. You find a steak knife.
Yep.
Um, and start hacking. You follow the line on the scar line on the back of your arm.
Hmm.
Um, not the entire site is not numbed, so it's a
Get a bit
case
of
of
pain.
it is going to be painful up towards your shoulder.
Yep. Well,
Um,
I don't want to go that high. Pretty
Not
much to the
necessarily that high.
point, just
Yep.
to the point where my elbow is.
Yep. Okay. So about that far, and you run it from the elbow down. Do you go through your hand as well, or just that forearm section?
Up to just the start of the bottom of the little finger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Uh.
And I don't want to rip it all off, but I just want to try to pull it back as far as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Still encompassing the skin over the hand at this point.
Yep. Okay. So you peel back a fairly large section on the forearm, and what you can see underneath is just like frame pieces that look like they're made out of this clear acrylic. So there's like a loop just before your elbow. There's another one about halfway down, and then there's one closer to your wrist that at least gives the arm a bit of its shape.
Hmm.
Um, but that's why there are voids in there where you were expecting bones. Running down that whole length of the arm is little tiny servos and mechanisms, all attached to different cables within the arm itself, and you can see if you uh, close your hand into a fist, you can see all these different cables move within your forearm. If you flick between fingers, you can see each individual one
And are those
moving.
cables protected on the inside or?
So there's just
uh,
a very basic casing
Yep,
around the section with the cables, but you've got all kinds of things that are in there that you're not sure about.
that
You
I
don't.
don't know where those cables are going because
No,
that's
they're leading back
further
up
up
your
into
arm.
the arm.
Yep, yep.
Right.
So,
Okay. All
um,
right. Let me push now that I've don't know what the fuck is going on.
mhm.
Um, let me push the skin back up.
Yep.
And is there any rags around that I could just wrap
Yeah,
up my arm?
yeah. Look, you spend a bit of time. You go through. You find some scraps of cloth on one of the beds upstairs.
Yep.
That you can rip up into some makeshift first aid rolls.
Yep.
And just wrap up that entire section from your elbow down to your wrist,
Mhm.
just to hold it together.
Yep. All right. Um, let's just spend the night here,
Hmm.
so I can actually just recuperate and figure out what the hell is just going on.
Yep.
And then in the morning, we'll head back to see what was his name again?
Digger.
Digger. Sorry. Yep.
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 We'll head back to that town.
Hmm. So you spend the night in this house. You know that it's fairly abandoned. It's fairly close to the bunker, so you're not worried about wildlife or raiders or anybody too much. You sleep through the night. When you wake up the following morning, you're feeling a lot better than you did the previous day. It's like the last
Hmm.
of whatever was in your system has left and you've cleared it out by getting drunk off your ass.
I was gonna say
Um,
plus the alcohol.
you have a tendency to drink a bit too much quite often, and you snort a bit too much and take a bit too much of everything. So you've built up a bit of a resistance. Takes a
Sounds about
lot to
right.
get you hungover.
Yep.
You unlock the door and make your way back out into the ruins and start picking your way through the town.
Yeah.
Um,
While I'm heading towards there, I want to just see if I can find like a pipe or something that I could use potentially as
mhm.
a weapon.
So as you're going through some ruins, you decide, okay, I need something as a weapon for myself. Um, if you can give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll, please.
One success.
One success. So you manage to find uh, just a basic lead pipe that's just sort of half in a brick, had been
Mhm.
shattered out by the Great War.
Yep.
So you can add that as a weapon.
Is that the durability, that white bar?
No, that's what the lead pipe looks like.
Oh, okay. I'm going, if that's the durability of the bar, that's fucking awesome.
So the way I made all of these images was I took um, the silhouette of different weapons, and that is the lead pipe from Fallout 3.
Oh.
Uh, and it came out as pretty much a stick with a bit sticking out of it. No, if I ever add durability into weapons, shoot me in the face, please. I hate it in video games. I would hate it even more here. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, don't ever let me input that into any game, quite frankly. Uh, um, so you manage to rustle up this lead pipe. You're making your way along. You are coming up to the bridge that crosses the Willamette River from east to west, that leads you basically straight into the terminal, the one that can raise up.
Yep.
It's currently in its down position, and there is a two guards in the leather armor painted in black, standing at the end of the bridge, facing you.
Yeah, I don't have any caps on me, do I?
You've got no caps on you at the moment. No, Callum paid for it when you went across
Yeah.
last night.
Yep. So I'll walk back over. Uh, do they take my weapon off me?
So when you walk up to these guards, no. So that's at the entrance to the terminal that you
Okay.
get patted down. So you've still got your weapon here.
Yep. All right, cool. I'm just gonna walk past them
Hmm.
and just walk straight through.
Just
Just
act like you're
just
meant to be
just
there.
ignoring them and just going, just the weak whichever one looks like the weaker one,
Hmm.
I'm gonna like push at him, like to push him out of the way with my body.
Okay. Um, can you please give me what's that going to be? Let's say an endurance roll as you push past this guy.
Two successes. It was a natural one.
So you push past this guy, and the two guards are looking at each other, and they're like, "Hang on, doesn't he have to pay?" And the one that you
I
pushed
just
against
keep walking.
was it was just looking back at his partner, and he's going, maybe not. Maybe he's meant to. Um, and he turns around. He's like, sir, excuse me, sir.
And is he pointing his hand at me?
So he's just waving
Okay, I'm gonna
at you.
turn around and grab his little pinky with my left arm and twist.
Jesus Christ. So he just waves at you. So you turn around, grab at his pinky, and it's you hear the snap almost instantly.
No, no, I'm not going to break
Oh,
it.
not gonna
I'm not
break
going
it.
to break
Just putting pressure on
I'm
it.
I'm just putting pressure, just twisting, so he like goes down to the ground, like going, "What the
Okay.
fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "Yes, can I
So,
help you?"
so he's just twisting against it, and his mate is standing there, and he pulls his gun up at you, and the one that you're holding onto, he's like, "Sir, if you could just let go, please, that would
And
be."
I let go.
He's like, "Huh,
Go, "Yes, can I help you?"
um, yes, have a wonderful time in the terminal,
Thank you.
please."
You have a
And
good day. I just turn around and keep walking.
he he gets back up, and the two guards just turn away, and you can hear them talking to each other. And the other one's like, "Daz, you just let him through." And he's like, "Shut the fuck up." he's the one referred to as Daz, and he's just going, just ignore him. We'll cop it on the next one, okay? You head out into the middle of the bridge. You've got the train tracks that you're walking along over this bridge, and there is a building that hangs off the side, and you can see inside. There's about half a dozen guards are inside. They all look like they're seated and just kind of lounging around.
Yep.
You can just see through these sort of windows that are at about head height. What would you like to do?
Um. All right, let's go inside.
Going inside the building? So
Hmm.
it's hanging off the side, so you can continue walking across the bridge if you
Oh,
want,
okay.
or it's like a guard post just where they
Oh,
can
gotcha.
like they can sit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it
I'll
controls
go.
the raising and lowering of the bridge.
Oh, it does. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So, do I have to get clearance for them to go across, or?
Normally you would stop at the guards on one of the ends. You would pay them, and then they would allow you across. And the other guards would just wave you through,
Yep.
essentially. So from when you've crossed previously, that's how it normally goes. In this case, you're not paying.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just walk across.
just walk across. Yep. So one of the guards sort of he ducks his head out, and he looks all the way down the bridge at Daz past you, and Daz just has turned around, and he's just waving you through, just like yep. And the guard goes yep, okay, and he just goes back inside, doesn't even speak to you,
Yep.
allows you to just keep going. You get to the other end of the bridge, and there's the two guards that are facing the opposite way.
Yep. I'll
Um,
just walk straight past them.
yep, walk straight past, and one of them just sings out, "Have a good day at the terminal, sir." And as you come off the bridge, the terminal is coming up on your right, so you can see this massive makeshift wall that has parapets at the top. There's guards patrolling backwards and forwards all over the top of this wall. They you follow that wall down for about 100 meters, and then on your right hand side is a little sort of cut in section, which is the main entrance to the terminal.
Hmm.
Um, you arrive, and the young woman who was there last night um, is back there again, and she just holds her hands out, indicating she's got to pat you down.
Yep.
She's like, "Sir."
I'll just
She,
hand over my lead pipe.
mm-hmm. Okay, and because you've handed it over, the guards are pretty casual around. She takes the lead pipe. She's like, "Anything else to declare?" After she's patted you down and haven't found anything else.
No, ma'am. That was all I had.
All right, welcome to the terminal. And she walks over to the glass windows and pops your lead pipe in. For Mister Dustwalker, please. And she says through this little tiny grill that's in like old school bank tellers.
Yep.
Um, And the guards part ways and allow you in. You walk into the terminal. You're on the main street. You're not far down from the Sour Mole.
Yep. Yep. Let's head down there.
Head back there.
See
Um,
if he's there.
you walk inside, and even though this is a bit earlier in the morning, it's like 8 a.m. This city doesn't sleep. It just runs on a 24-hour cycle. So you walk in, and there's people who are there shit faced already. Um, there's all kinds of groups uh, working around the place, um, making a big kerfuffle. But you can see Jazzy at the bar.
Yep.
She's hard to miss. Looking around, you can't see Digger anywhere.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Walk up to Jazzy and go, Jazzy, mind if I grab a water and some food, please? And um, Digger will sort you out when I can find him. Just out of caps at the moment. Just got mugged earlier today.
And she laughs like visibly. She's just scoffed, and she's like, "You getting mugged?" She goes, "That's a funny story."
Yeah, look, they got me on while I was taking a shit. So I was already bent over. So it was yeah. Look, one of them won't be able to jerk off for a while. I broke his arm, but it's okay.
She's
Um,
just laughing. She's just like, "Yep, that's what I expected." All right, dig his tab. He better agree to this, otherwise he's gonna come your way.
wait till I find him. He'll be fine.
And she goes, "All right, give me a tick." She goes off, starts making you a sandwich, grabs you a glass of water, brings it over, pops it on the bar, and just be like, "Dig his tab." We'll see how that goes.
And I just sit down and wait here until I can find Digger.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till he walks in anyway.
Yep. So you're sitting there for an hour. You're sitting there for 2 hours. You're sitting there for 3 hours. It's getting towards midday. Um,
I'll go
no,
up to Jazzy
no
and
show
go,
for you.
"Hey, have you seen Digger? Like, I was expecting him to be here today, but I don't know what's going on."
She goes, I saw him in last night with you boys. He left pretty early. He might still be in town. And she goes, go try at Tim's. Down the road on your left, second floor up. It's the flop house. They probably crashed there for the night.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jess. I'll be back.
She smiles. She's like, I'm sure you will. Uh, she goes back to serving people. On your way out of the bar, up on the wall, you see these big posters that have been put up with this wonderfully flamboyant looking man on the poster next to a woman in this beautiful white dress, and it's just playing now in the theater. Hamlet with a chainsaw. Uh, you look at that, you're like, okay, that's different. You've got a decent education, so literature was part of that. You step out into the street. You following Jazzy's directions to head to Tim's?
Yeah, I'll head to Tim's.
Yep. So you make your way up a couple of flights of stairs, and Tim's is a flop house that's kind of set up like a motel kind of thing.
Yep.
You've just got single rooms running all the way down this long balcony, um, and it's just got Tim's 10 caps a night, and there's a little slide hatch in the in the door. It's this big metal door on this place.
I'll knock on the door, waiting for someone to answer,
Yep. And
and
so
just ask them whether I'm here to see Digger.
and he slides uh, this bit across on the door, and he looks out and he's like, "You want a room, or you looking for someone?"
Looking for Digger, mate.
Digger. Yeah. He's going. Look, he was he was in earlier. Um, maybe he'll come by. I'll let him know you're looking. And this guy seems sus as fuck. He doesn't allow himself outside with the patrons.
Okay.
Keeps himself to his room, and he's very, very twitchy.
Be like, oh, can I come in and wait?
He goes, "You can wait your ass right there, unless my customers get come through, and then they can be dealt with first."
It's a bit rude, but okay.
And he slides it back across.
I'll
Uh,
sit out. I'll sit out the front of
mhm.
the place and just wait for Digger. Wait for me to see him anyway.
So you uh, go down, you sit at the bottom of the stairs and just rest for a bit.
Yep.
Yep. So you're waiting. It's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then Digger comes down the stairs, and he's got a female with him. That
What
you
type
did,
of female?
Lady of the Night.
Okay.
Uh, so he's obviously found somebody fun, and he's just like, "Yep, same time again next week, hunt," and then slaps her on the ass as he's about to walk past you down the stairs. Hasn't noticed you yet.
I'll reach out to him and go, hey Digger.
His head shoots around instantly, and he's like, "Geez, you're back quick."
Yeah. Let's talk about your offer.
And this big smile comes across his face, and he's hungover as fuck. He is stinking of alcohol. It's like coming out of every single pore. And he's a bit slow on the uptake this morning. He's like, "Offer." He's like, "Hang on, you left the Flensers. Finally."
Yeah, something along those lines.
All right, perfect. He goes, and he takes you aside because the street is lined with people again as normal. There's people everywhere. He
Yep.
sort of takes you around the corner a little bit where it's just quieter for a second. He's like, "All right, I'm in a crew at the moment. There's me and friend. Um, I can't remember. I don't think you've met friend before. Top bloke, really good. Runs the place, schmick." And he goes, "So what we do is we deal in chems. We hit caravans carrying chems. We sell them at the terminal. We make a profit. You happy with that?"
What's my cut?
You get a cut along with every single other one of us. You'd be coming in as an enforcer. Home Run liked you. He's a good bloke. Um, you'd be working closely with him. Anybody that gets in our way, you break their legs.
Sounds good.
Perfect. And he's like, "All right, come with me. We'll head back to our place, and I'll introduce you to friend."
I might need a little bit of a loan up front. just because don't currently have anything on me at the moment.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
know, you know I'm good for it.
we'll sort you out. That's all good. Did you need something here first, or are we going back?
No, no, we can go back.
Okay. And he's like, sweet, and he's
And then I
trying
just
to
go, oh
to.
yeah, you may owe Jazzy some for a meal and a drink.
He's just looking at you, and he's like, you sneaky bastard. He goes, we'll go pay that off before we leave, shall we? Um,
She was fine with it. It was like it's all good.
Excellent. So you head back to the Sour Mall with Digger. He pays off whatever's left on his tab, thanks to you, and for the rest of last night. Um, and he goes, "All right, come with me. We'll head back home. I'll introduce you to friend. Be all sweet." Um, they he leads you to the front entrance. You collect all of your weapons and bits and pieces. You come out and he's like, "All right, I don't know if you know this area that well, but follow me." And he starts leading you through the ruins, heading south. So you're going into the main sort of CBD area
Yep.
of Portland. It's this very skinny section wedged between the Willamette River, and then there's mountains in the west. And it basically runs north south on this sliver of land. He leads you through where all the skyscrapers and everything are. Um, and after about 20 minutes, you arrive in an area in the south part that is a little less dense. So things are sort of reduced down to 2 and 3 story in this area.
Yep.
Um, and he comes around the corner, and there's this strip of shops up ahead of you. And just before he gets there, he stops, and he stops you, and he just lets out this little warbling whistle. And he's like, two of us coming in. He goes, if any of you fuckers shoot me again, there'll be hell to pay. He comes around to the first shop and uh, leads you inside. And as you go inside this store, there's a whole hubbub of people. There's about 15 people inside, and up the back there is an older woman with big, like, crazy hair. She's got like bone jewelry all over her. She's got a bone through her nose. She's got bone earrings and big bone necklace. And she's sitting there chatting with this man who, by today's standards, looks absolutely gorgeous. Um, and Digger goes, friend. And he goes, let me introduce you. Uh, this is friend. He goes, this is Dustwalker. Dustwalker, this is friend. And friend just smiles and he's like, Digger's told me about you. He holds out his hand to shake yours.
I'll hold out my left hand.
And he shakes your hand as he grasps it. You
Uh,
put on a bit of
Oh,
extra.
a little bit of grip. Little bit. Nice to meet you, friend.
Mm.
Looking forward to working with you.
And he's like, mm-hmm, that's what I like. And he pulls his hand away. He's just got a big smile, and he goes, "You joining us?"
Absolutely. Need some caps.
Good man. And that's when you notice in the back corner there's Home Run is sitting there, big Elvis hair, big sideburns, and it's the middle of the day, and he's drinking a beer. just sitting back, and he just holds the beer up and he nods at you. So that's where
I feel
we'll end it for tonight.
I had a feeling the friend was going to be black.
Of course, he is.
Hmm.
Um, in my head, he is essentially Assad in the uh, Fallout universe.
Yeah,
He's
see, mine was he was from the Book of Eli.
oh yes.
That was my vision.
Oh, fuck, that's a good movie.
Yes.
Uh, all right, so
No, that
you
was good.
have joined